What the hell? The hell happened? One of the rookies chew on the cables? The internet just went out for a quick little second. Hopefully everybody's still here. Music died. Kind of got quiet in here. That was a little weird. Is everybody in the classroom? I don't know. Can anybody hear me? Anybody hear me? Hello? Anybody here? Hello? All right. Looks like we're going to have the class by myself. Looks like, oh, everyone okay. Go, just come on, take a seat. Get the music going again. Hector's here. Okay, we got some people here. Put the music back on. How's everybody doing? Everything is fuzzy. Looks like the bit rate is looking good. Looks like everything is working. Okay. Let me know. You might have to refresh your browser. Ooh, I can barely hear myself. Let's turn that down just a little bit. Just logged in and smashed that like button. That's right. Your mustache changed color and grew into an actual beard, Steven. Yes, we do have some donuts, by the way. We have some donuts. What's up, Fluffy Panda? Hector Rodriguez. N Web, how you doing? Mita, how you doing? Realize why a lot of bikers are bald after having my bike for 3 weeks. I wish I could pull off the look. Hey, it's really nice not to have hair get in the way. You don't have that issue. But sometimes I wish I had hair. Sometimes I wish I had hair. We're going to have to get right into it, everybody. Let's go ahead and pause the music. We got to get serious now. We got a video right here that we got to cover. What we're going to be doing, if you guys noticed, I got a new mic, by the way. So now it's out of the way. You don't have a big old arm coming out of nowhere. So we got a nice little mic right here. Still getting used to it. Let me know how you guys like it. There we go. Sounds okay? I think it sounds okay. We have a nice little Q&A section on the Discord after the stream. At 4 p.m., we're going to start the Discord. We're going to end the stream itself. And we're going to just record basically that kind of stuff. But here's the thing. Join the Discord. We're going to get into that. And we're going to have a nice little discussion about 4 high-risk situations every motorcycle rider encounters. We're going to see how that goes. Let's see. Participants. Let's see if I can make... No, I can't just straight up cancel this one and start it all up again. What's up, Robert Moore, for the $1.99? Appreciate the chitty chat donation. Hello, taking my MSF course this weekend. Hey, good luck. You're going to have a great time. You're going to do really good. All right, so don't worry too much. Excuse me, I just burped a little bit. Don't worry too much. You'll do fine. So what I'm going to do is at 4, I'm going to swing on by the Discord, and I'm just going to be on the Discord. All right? I'm just going to be on the Discord, and we're going to start that process, all right? You guys are aware of that, right? We have a Discord. Whoa, see? Discord right there. Go ahead and reconnect all that stuff. Go and get into there. Excited to get back into this. We're going to have a nice little podcast session. How you doing? Tommy Trees joined. You're excited? So at 4 p.m., we're going to go over there. So I got to get started. We got a couple crash videos to go over. We have a couple things that we need to take care of. Some housekeeping. Make sure no rookies are chewing on the cables. Alex, how do I grow my beard as thick as yours? I keep telling everybody. Massive amounts of testosterone and good facial features. You joined? You're excited? Good, good, good. If you guys don't know, let's see if this works now. And it looks like it's starting to work. The Stream Deck. I'm really hoping so. So there is the Discord right there. Rub motor oil on it too. Yeah, yep. Never wash your hands after the bathroom too. Just kidding. That's absolutely disgusting. Sometimes I do that though. What? There we go. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and hit that record button. We got to get going. We got stuff to do. We got stuff to do. We got at 4 p.m. I got to get into the Discord. All right? I got to kick all of you out of here. All right, let's watch. You guys hear that? I can't hear nothing. What's up with this? What's up with this? I'm pretty sure you guys can hear it. I see the things working for you. Now you guys can't hear that. I love it when things flip around. How does that sound? How does this sound? Let me know how this sounds. Does it sound weird? Does it sound good? Let me know how it sounds. That was awkward and weird. Sounds great. No tinny, no treble, some extra bass, none of that stuff. It just sounds like a normal video. Let's try that again. It sounds like an absolute normal video, like you would hear it right when you do it. Let me know if that's the case. We'll just jump right into it. Set up Gator Guida. See you later. Catch you next time. All right. Well, then we're going to get right into it. Now it sounds weird. A little tinny. Yeah, that's what I figured. Well, come on, guys. Come on. All right. Let me go ahead and switch it over because I think the earbud switched to some kind of like weird surround thing. How does that sound? Sound better? Sound better? All right. Yeah, the acoustics in here are pretty dang good, but I think one of the rookies were chewing on a speaker cable. So we're going to get right into it. Let's go ahead and talk about it. I'm not going to touch it now. Here we go. Let's go. So we have a video from MotoStars. Okay. All right, we're going to be riding in lane filtering at night.
Be careful driving, lane splitting ended badly for this biker.
Okay, remember. What is the... There it is. What is the common factor with crashes and lane filtering situations? Literally low line of sight. We have this nice dark area to do some lane filtering, and we can't see ahead. You can't see nothing. Let's go and get my pen out. So all we can see is in between these vehicles. All right, that's all we can see right there. We can't see around these vehicles, can't see around these vehicles. So all we can do is go straight or decelerate. We're not going to be able to swerve right or left. We're not able to do any of those things. We can only go straight, and our line of sight is terrible. So lane filtering is terrible for positioning for safety and locating hazards. What it is really good for, let's go ahead and move me over just a little bit. What it is really good for is getting to the front of the line quickly. Okay, it's going to help you out with any type of rear end accident, but you're going to have a better chance of doing a front end accident and striking another person. So let's go ahead and take a look at it one more time. We're going to move on.
Low speed and relative.
So no line of sight, no line of sight. Can't see. Keep clear right there. Okay, keep clear. And then we got somebody right here. So all we can do is apply the brakes. And this is why you don't go super fast. And we need to be able to perceive the incident and then apply some progressive brake pressure. And so hopefully we can not do that. Okay, very low speed. Should have been able to apply some brakes. Didn't do it. So we're going to move on. All right. So, Cade, here we go. Oh, somebody's going a little off the road. Whenever I see a crash like that, I think of a collarbone breaking. Anybody else see that? Like when you slam your shoulder into the ground, you see football players breaking their collarbones. And I'm talking about American football. None of that stuff where it's legit. You're using the foot and the ball. I mean, come on. That makes too much sense. America does it differently. So when I see people doing that, I think of collarbone breakage. So when I think of that, I see what I can do to help alleviate that pain, because you really want to keep that weight off of that shoulder. And the best way to do that is a sling and swath, which I have my trauma kit in the car, so I can't show you. But we're going to go ahead and go up to here. This is kind of the start of the video. So we have a group of friends. We're all having a good time. You know, oh, go ahead, turn that off. We're all having a good time, and you know he's doing well. He's not. That person is doing well. That person way over there is doing well, and we're actually doing pretty well. So what is it that we can do to not be this person right there? What is it that we can do? Well, let's not go so fast. Let's make sure we're picking the right line. Make sure we're not going outside of our scope of skill, and actually, you know, staying within the group. Okay, so if the group is passing you, though, what do? Well, you can go ahead and fall back. You can do your thing and get on your Cardo Pack Talk Bold and talk to them. So you don't have to go wide because it's outside of your skill. So what happened there was that he fell down, and there's that right shoulder smacking to the ground. So why did all of a sudden we dump the bike right when we got off the road? Well, loss of traction on the front tire and slamming the brakes, or just straight up loss of traction on the front tire. But there's that impact to the right shoulder. He seems to be doing fine. He might have hit his head right there. But once again, when you are witnessing your buddy or anybody else crashing, what should we do? Now we can put it up on the screen. Rescue another rider. Okay, we need to remain calm, ensure your own safety. So pull off the side, you know, stop any major bleeds, and quickly assess the severity. Now, what's on the back side? Boom, right there. So it's going to give you a little more information. That comes with the trauma kits that we have, the rescue kits on our website. So that would be my biggest concern right there. It doesn't look like there's going to be anybody else on the road. So he's going to ensure his own safety, parked away. He's going to double check his buddy. He looks like he seems to be okay. He's kind of sitting up. My biggest concern with that is going to be, like I said, that collarbone breakage, and he's not really moving either. So we don't know the full extent of those injuries. So you quickly assess it and then move on. All right. We can't do too much with this one because we don't have a lot of footage. Reject the peer pressure PJ and D. Quote of the day so far. Here we go. So spiff. This is spiff. All right. Interesting. 100-something kilometers an hour. My best guess. Everyone is slowing down and stopping, doing U-turns. Somebody's going to not do that right. Maybe impact anybody? What's going to happen here? Oh, I don't think he was part of the group. Okay. So we're witnessing some dumb motorcycles doing a U-turn when there's traffic. That wasn't very smart. Let's not do this part. Now, if we are going to do that, let's try to pick an area where everybody else can actually do that. And that's part of being in a good group ride. Okay, so it looks like he's got his rock form right there. We're doing fine, doing 106 kilometers per hour. He started to squeeze the brakes. Okay, let's go back just a little bit more because I think we might have missed some of that stuff. Now, he's not a part of this group right here. Okay, a little bit of smoke. Get out of the way. He's not a part of this group. He's way behind. Everyone else is staggered up there. Look at no brake lights, and there's nothing situated right now. Now there's brake lights. Now we're getting closer and closer and closer. I tell you guys all the time, when we're getting closer and closer and closer and closer, obviously objects get bigger and bigger and bigger. So when we see that this person is, or this group is getting closer and closer and closer, it means we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We're getting closer and closer and closer. So he's going to go ahead and perceive and react with some good progressive brake pressure right when we have enough total stopping distance and a good space cushion. This looks good. We're being situationally aware. We're being smart riders. We're getting up to here, and all of a sudden, it's kind of uncommon. We're catching up pretty quick, and we're just going to go ahead and keep applying some brakes. These people are moving off to the side. This person's already doing a U-turn. This person doesn't know what they're doing. We have a rider in the mirror right there, so I have a feeling that that person's part of this group. They got not situated, but they got separated. Maybe they're talking on the Cardo Pack Talks. I don't know. We do have a link for that in the description, by the way. But we're going to get up to here, and there's that U-turn. Now we have some traffic coming up here, so now everyone's going to be rushing to do it. Not very good. Not very good. So this person's going to do a U-turn with their feet down. Come on. You can actually make a U-turn without doing that. And then we got somebody making a U-turn right here. I mean, it's just chaos. Absolute chaos, and easily could have been hit by a car. But we have a motorcycle rider paying attention, and nothing bad happened. Whew. It's very lucky. These guys shouldn't have been doing that. Could have easily been a car hitting them. All right, let's get into it. Kimmy! What's the name?
Quite strange behavior of this driver.
Okay, uncommon thing in a common situation. Stretched sport bike. All right, we're all separated, so if you're talking on your Cardo Pack Talk, it's not going to be an issue. You got a discount in the description. So somebody's going to be passing on a tiny little bike. Somebody in a truck's acting a little road ragey. So as us in the back, let's just witness some of the dumb stuff. Let's not get in front, because if he's going to push those people out of the way, he's going to push us out of the way. And now we have more vehicles, so we can easily get impacted, you know, by that person in the rear. That's what she said. And then, okay, we got that. So far, nothing crazy. Just reckless riding. We got an intersection coming up to the left, so watch out for that. Any sides of the vehicles. So this person's gonna pull over, and that's fine. Just be aware that truck. Okay, the truck's taken off. I don't know what this person was expecting, and that was it. That was it. Okay. So the only thing I could talk about on this one, so if we're in a group ride,
Strange behavior of this.
okay, we're in a group ride and we're having some fun with our friends. Now let's take a quick look at some of this part right here. Why is the guy on the stretch bike getting into the back? It sounds like there's a previous altercation, a previous escalation of riding. So he wanted to kind of jump right in. So now we have ego dictating our actions, and it's not good. Now, I know a lot of you smart riders out there are not going to be doing that, especially those of you in class right now. Make sure you hit that like button to sign into class, by the way. You wouldn't be doing this. So let's talk about some of the stuff that might affect you.
Okay,
so we're going to get up to here. Let's go ahead and get it even further. So we're going to go ahead and pass this vehicle. That's up to you if you want to make that choice. Pass the vehicle. Okay. That's fine. Now we're going to get up to here, and you witness that this truck driver is starting to push people around. Now, this guy on the stretched bike seems like the massive instigator on this one, but let's go ahead and put that away. You notice that the truck, though, is acting kind of reckless, kind of dumb. We're in the back. Now, if they slam the brakes, we were able to swerve. We're able to do some really good emergency progressive brake pressure. But if we're in the front and we're trying to just ride safely and just do the speed limit, what do you think this person might do? They might actually run up on you. They might push you off the road as much as you didn't do anything. Your buddies did something about it and made it to where it escalated. So don't be a part of that. And what I would do is sit in the back. Just kind of wait in the back, talk to them on the Cardo Pack Talks and tell them that they're all being dumb. This is the last time I'm going to ride with you. I'm going to tell your mom that you've been doing this. Guys, I'm going to tattletale. No, I just wouldn't ride with them after that. It's just kind of ridiculous because they're going to put me in danger. Sit in the back, watch this thing happen. And then if you have your rescue kit, take care of one of your buddies after they crash because they got involved in road rage. Don't do that. But sit in the back so you can actually witness this and actually make adjustments to all of it. All right? So don't do what this guy did and stretch your sport bike. I mean, road rage. Yeah, that's what I meant. Let's go. Here we go. Riding around on the interstate. So massive issues on the interstate are going to be merging problems. No path of travel like an intersection. Okay, we're going to turn left. We have this person just jumping around. Good job on the braking. A little bit of the horn. Check your pantalones on that one. A little jumping out at you. So I think that was the incident. I think we might have tried to do something else, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to learn. So let's move on with this one. So we got this person merging over. So the full right lane, everyone's merging to the left. Okay, so that should give you an indication. We also want to move to the left because we start to anticipate some of these things. We are situationally aware. You look on the whiteboard right there. Or not the whiteboard, the board over there. We're yellow stage. Now we're kind of moving into the orange stage. We're prepped and ready. We perceive that there's a possible merging issue. So we got to watch out for that. Now we're going to have this vehicle be the one that does it. Now, why would this vehicle want to switch this lane and then this lane? Well, this vehicle's slow, this vehicle's slow, this vehicle's slow, this vehicle's slow. All these vehicles in front of that white vehicle that is there is going slower. So they like to gun it and do that. Obviously, they can't see us because they're not looking for us. So let's not spend too much time on that. And they're switching around. So at this point, when you see them kind of cross that line, our head move towards it because movement and light colors and even lights grab our attention. Okay. So that's what happened there. Grabbed our attention. Now, what can we do? Can we swerve left? Yeah, we can swerve left, but it looks like we have a lot of vehicles in that left lane, so it might not be the best option. How would you know about that? Having good situational awareness and doing your 360 situation. Situational awareness. I swear I'm having a tough time saying big words today. Make sure you're checking your mirrors, doing head checks. That way you can get that 360 situational awareness. All right, so we can swerve, maybe, but what's the one thing that we definitely can do? We can go ahead and apply progressive brake pressure, which is going to be off onto the right side with our right hand. Nice, good squeeze I'm having trouble putting letters and words together. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lower your speed down to allow this person to just kind of come in and take your spot. It's not something everyone wants to hear, but stop defending your lane because you're going to get hit. And that's exactly what he did. He applied the brakes, let that person in as best he possibly could. And we're here to just say it was a close call versus a crash. Simple as that. Whew. Ego is not your amigo. New quote of the day upon a starry night. Here we go. Another rider. Okay, big open lane. What are we going to see here, everybody? Big open lane. Are we going to have anybody merge in front of us? No? Are we going to try to get back in lane because we have traffic coming? Okay. But nobody wants to let us in. Now, look how much of a jerk you look like when you protect your lane and not allow people to be safe.
Come on, lady, give me a break.
Yeah. No, they don't want to. Doesn't want to. Wants to share the lane. It's California, you know. So when you witness, when you witness something like that, just go ahead and get into an open spot. Find that one person like that other driver that allowed you in. Now, we see motorcycle riders doing this all the freaking time. So I'm not talking about the motorcycle rider. We're going to get into this lane. So a car wanted to merge into our lane. A motorcycle rider is going to act like this blue driver. No, I'm going to pull up right next to you. You're not supposed to be in this lane. See how ridiculous that looks? It looks dumb when you do that. You're protecting your lane. Yeah, they can do that because, you know, they're going to win with the law of gross tonnage. They're going to knock us down pretty easy. But when a motorcycle rider does it, you're not going to win. But it still looks dumb when this person does it. So don't do it. Now that we've seen both sides, don't be an idiot. Don't protect your lane. Let people in. Be courteous. Be a courteous driver. Not defensive or aggressive, but courteous. All right? Whew. I think I'm on a Dad Dan mode, not amped up Dan. I'm in a mode to scold some of these people. So far, that's all I'm feeling. Hopefully there's some good stuff. We had a few smart riders already.
Thank you.
I don't know. Here we go.
Here we have the driver.
Yes, we do.
The double-storied line.
Whoa, okay. Whoa, wheelie.
Dangerous.
He's up on one wheel, dude.
Situation to you.
We're gonna go ahead and speed up. We're gonna speed up and say, hey, what's up? Boom, he slams the brakes. You got smashed. Smashed. So we got a sharp left turn coming up. So we are not prepped and ready. Good thing we have a good line of sight. The person up front is obvious, knows what's happening with that truck behind him. Now we got a whole gaggle of motorcycle riders messing with a truck. Not very smart. Okay, not very smart on either part. So the truck driver can get easily, you know, his ass beat by a bunch of motorcycle riders, and then the motorcycle rider can easily die from the situation. Right, middle finger. Pretty interesting what we're doing here. Remember, that guy can slam the brakes, and those two right there, boom, get hit unless they're in a good position for safety, and they can actually locate the hazard in the amount of time that they have, which is not very good because the space cushion's not good. And then they're going to crash. And this guy's all over the place. So remember, sit back, watch it. Sit back and watch it. Now, the guy in front should not argue this. It's up to him if he wants, but just realize it's pretty easy to hide something in the truck and go blat blat with your gat. Let's see what happens here. Whoa, big gaggle of friends. Okay. Yeah, let's get out of the road. Ensure your own safety, right? You got to ensure your own safety. Right there. What's your right hand? What's in your right hand, buddy? What's in your right hand? Your truck's a little dirty. A little bit of bird poop. And it's mud. They're having a good time. Got dried up. Now it's gonna ruin your paint. Yeah. Isn't it weird? Yeah. Hopefully you wash your trucks after you do something like this, because it does destroy your paint. I don't know if you guys know that. If you let it dry and just you think it looks cool that way, just keep it on there, because it's gonna destroy your paint. Dave W., I helped you out. Oh, easily could have ran over your foot and your tire and all that stuff. So yeah, new quote of the day from Dave. Just kidding. Dave, though, I really appreciate it. You have helped me be a better rider. But new quote from Scott. That's what I was trying to get. Stay strapped or get clapped. All right. Nothing really to learn here other than don't be a dum-dum. Okay, just watch out for those road rage drivers.
Really bad.
Whoa, okay, so everybody in class, we have a video. It's going to be graphic material. Viewers' discretion is advised. It sounds like he's doing his own after-action review. So, let's go ahead and watch.
As you can see here in the video, I guess I was going too hot to the turn, and the weather wasn't perfect, but, you know, for me, or for most riders, they didn't really
What
care.
happened there, buddy?
A ride is a ride. If it's
Ooh, ooh.
freezing and it's
Oh, there is his
kinda
shin, his
in the
tib
road,
fib.
why not? So,
You see how when he
this
stepped,
case,
he
I
lost
was going too hot to the turn, and I slid in
stability?
gravel, and I lost control of Eve, and
I think he broke his tib fib.
I hit the concrete divider, and it hurt. I went overboard.
And it
The
hurt.
funny thing is, I crashed right in between a church and the hospital I was admitted to. So, you know, thank the Lord for saving my life.
There you go.
And,
Best place to crash.
so anyways,
Oh.
I
You see how
went overboard to the
he's
other
guarding
side,
it?
and as you can see, I got up as soon as possible. And immediately after I got
Oh,
I
his
just,
savior.
you know, I felt something loose was in my leg, and I was like, no,
Oh, his leg
that
is
can't be right.
broken bone.
Cannot be right. I was just hoping that I could just get back on my bike and maybe just a little, you know, things or
Nope, reality just set in for him
just
right
get
there.
back home and forget this ever happened. But nope, it was a lot serious. I broke my leg. I fractured somewhere in my back.
Oh,
So I get to the hospital here.
broke his back.
But I get to the hospital.
A little bit of blood, not too bad.
I was nicknamed the funniest trauma patient just because I was, you know, I was nonstop talking.
Did he just give himself a
You know,
nickname?
Trying to get conversation with all the people that passes by me, literally passes by me. Like, hey, how you doing?
Not everybody's gonna
Good.
stop. That's
Nice to
fine.
meet you. Maybe not in this case, but yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the incident. He's gonna be speaking the whole time again, but we're gonna go ahead and go over a little bit of the after action review on this. Now, let me see if I have a trauma kit. Yeah, I got one that's brand new, just in here. It's got the card that comes with it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it out. All right. So we're going to go over what happened here. This is a typical issue in town of a cornering incident. We're going to go over just a little bit what's inside the trauma kits that you can get, the rescue kit. So we got the 2 tourniquets. We got 4x4s, 5x9s, abdominal pads, emergency blanket, 2 triangular bandages so you can get that sling and swath in case they have a broken collarbone. There's a whistle, and you got a one-way valve for CPR. You got a trauma shears just in case you need trauma shears. Like I said, 2 tourniquets, 4 roll gauze, and then a medium and XL glove. But always put some extra gloves in there that fit your hand. I always recommend buying a box of gloves. You can always use it for, you know, doing your oil changes and whatnot. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what happens. And the card that fell down is this card right here. So if you're wondering what the card was, that's the card. Let's go ahead and start.
Weather wasn't perfect, but
All right, already.
I guess I was
So he's going pretty fast. He's going to be turning off on this road.
going too hot to the turn.
Too hot to
And
turn.
The weather wasn't perfect.
So 53 miles per hour. That's not very good. My general rule of thumb is about 20 to 30 miles per hour on a right-handed turn. Left-handed turn, about the same. But anything that's 90 degrees, I like to keep it around 20 to 30. 30 is absolute max.
Perfect.
Because we're going a little too fast on here. You're going to hit that bump. Now, we're going to hit these little change of pavement to concrete, and that's a nice little bump. That's going to mess you up a little bit. He's going to start to low side a little bit, lost a little traction, and he's just going to start going wide. He's losing traction, gaining traction, losing traction. Hits this bump right here. Okay, so far no injuries. Now we start to do a little bit of a high side. We're just going all over the place. We're slamming the brakes. We're jerking everything. The throttle's getting pushed everywhere. Now, on the left side of his body is what's going to do the first impact. This thing's going to go up and over. And where do you think that leg is? Do you think the leg is just kind of sitting out a little bit? No, the leg is in between the barrier and the bike, getting smashed right now. So no wonder he broke his leg. And he's going to go up and over. It automatically just kind of stopped. See how the leg just kind of goes down? So we broke that tib fib. His shoes flew off. This is why you wear boots. I like to wear I have my Icon 1000 Elsinore boots. I like them because they're mid-shin, so hopefully that will negate some of that stuff. So we're going to start to see there's the impact. So that's going to be the direct impact on the shins right on the front, and you're going to break your tib fib pretty easily on that. If you break one, you might break both pretty easily. So right now, if your buddy did this, you just witnessed it, make sure you're going to ensure your own safety and remain calm. Okay, remain calm, call 911. You can go ahead and do that on your Cardo Pack Talk. And then also ensure your own safety. So park somewhere that is out of the way. Look for traffic. It's their emergency. It's not yours. Put on your gloves. Get your tourniquets. Get all your stuff. Get your Smart Rider rescue kits. Get your rescue kit. Pull it out. Get your gloves on. Get ready just in case. Just in case.
Or freezing and it's
So right here, there's the moment he's going to put some pressure on that leg. So if you witness your buddy try to get up after a crash and all of a sudden they just start to fall down and they can't do it, or there's a loud scream, probably broke something. Think of your bones as scaffolding. Think of your bones as the load-bearing walls, the pillars. And if you break a pillar, the whole thing's going to come down. Okay, the muscles are not going to stay there. The bones give your body structure. Okay, so right here, let's go ahead and watch him kind of fall back down. Let's go back just a little bit. Right before he puts weight on it.
freezing and it's kind of dry.
Boom. That thing snapped even more. Doesn't look straight. But that first weight on that leg, whoop, completely went down.
Road and
Very painful. He's going to feel that.
this case,
Bone is very sharp. That's what they used in the back of the day for all kinds of weapons.
lost control of Eve and
So we're going to sit here. Now remember, we are in the middle of the interstate and we're in a dangerous position. You can easily get hit. So if your buddy is right here, you wait for it safe for you to get to him. Okay, don't run right at him because you're going to get hit.
I hit the concrete divider. And it
Notice how he didn't go very far? So all that impact went right into his leg.
The thing is, I crashed right in
So we got this guy right here. I think he's the one that's going to be carrying everybody or carrying him. He's very good.
admitted to. So, you know.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's this guy right here. So this guy right here is going to be the one helping him across. Now, if you notice, as soon as you put the weight on it, he's going to collapse. Okay, like I said, it's the scaffolding. It's going to give you that structure.
So, anyways.
So it's not very good. Now, this guy on the phone recognizes that this person's not going to make it all the way across as quickly as possible because we have cars coming. Now, he is calling 911, but at this point, you can tell somebody to call 911, and that's part of remain calm here, okay? Because you want to get emergency services on board. There it is. He handed off the phone. Very good.
As you can see,
Let's go ahead and ensure my safety as the rescuer and ensure your safety as the victim. We're going to get you off the side of the road. Boom. Perfect. Okay? We're going to sit you down because we don't know exactly the extent of everything. It might be easier to set you down on your back from here than it is to just lay you down, because we're also concerned about spinal injuries. Whenever there is a motorcycle crash, there's a chance of spinal injuries. You have to assume a spinal or even a concussion injury. You just have to assume in a motorcycle crash, especially like this. If he just fell off from standing, maybe not.
Oh, I felt something loose was in my leg, and I was.
So he felt something loose was in his leg. Big indication something's broken.
No, that can't be right. That cannot be right. I was just hoping that.
So he doesn't look very comfortable.
Bike and maybe just a little, things.
Does not look comfortable at all.
Replace
so they're gonna pick him up.
And forget this ever happened. But nope. It was a lot serious. I broke my leg.
He probably doesn't feel comfortable. His back probably hurts a little bit. So they're okay. Let's lay you down.
On my back. So I get to the hospital here. It's not in the video.
And that was a pretty good maneuver. There's not much you could do in that situation. That's what I would probably do. So have somebody get the legs, somebody get the upper torso, sit them down, slowly lay them on their back so that they are supine. Now there is the bleeding. Okay, this kind of bleeding is more so a low venous bleeding, maybe even just a high capillary bleed. So a capillary bleed is going to just ooze out just a little bit. It's going to keep oozing, just oozing. A venous bleed is going to be like if you accidentally cut your arm or anything like that, and you're just starting to get the blood coming down, and it's just like a nice one, like just one little bit of a drop, kind of like this, just like it's just dripping down, and it's just not going to be splurting out. Because when you splurt your blood, whether it's bright red or not, I don't want you really caring about that. What I care about is pressurized blood flow. Pressurized blood flow is going to be an arterial bleed. So if it's just shooting out like it's on a heartbeat, it's probably arterial. Actually, I'm going to tell you this right now. It is arterial. All right. So venous bleed is just going to ooze out consistently. It could be a lot coming out. You could still die from a venous bleed. It doesn't have to be arterial. But more than likely, it's going to be just an ooze like this. Okay. Capillary, don't worry too much about that. But remember, we need to stop the bleeding. So what do? Do we apply direct pressure? Do we apply a tourniquet? Do we pack the wound? Well, in this situation, if this is the only bleeding, I'm not really too concerned about it. What I would do is just apply some roll gauze. Let's get this out of the way. So I just apply some roll gauze like this. I'd put a 4x4 or a couple 4x4s, maybe even a 5x9 on top. So what I would do is I would just put it right on the leg and then wrap it around. And then it'll just stop the bleeding that way. So in this situation, there's not much you could do other than stop that bleed. You can't splint him. You can't, do anything when it comes to the broken bone. But what you can do is double check and make sure there is no spinal. You can ask him questions. You can get all the information ready for the police or fire that's going to show up on scene first, or any first responder. You can double check his breathing, keep an eye on his airway, and you can go ahead and do a rapid trauma assessment, check the rest of his body, because who knows? He might have an impalation in his torso you might have to handle. Okay?
Hospital, and
So Justin, you took the stop the bleed course?
just
Very
because
good.
I was.
So there's not much you can do in this situation other than try to rescue this rider with the minimal amount of training and equipment you have. The main thing is to stabilize so that EMS can show up on scene. All right? Let's go ahead and go on to the next one. So digging for no good.
Was in such a rush that not only did he interrogate the biker, but also
All right, presenting himself a little bit, pretty good. Watch out for line of sight issues, the left turners. Okay, red light, or they're stopping, they're slowing down. Watch out behind you. I think he's checking his mirrors because somebody's coming up behind him. Watch in front of you. Position yourself for safety. Very good. He positioned himself for safety. He was Oh. Okay, we're gonna do that. Interesting choice. Very smart rider. Situationally aware. Extremely situationally aware. And I'm going to go over just a little bit of... Yeah, exactly. You're thinking or it's on camera. I don't know what you're trying to say. Uh-oh. Don't get in front. Don't get in front. And if you are, switch lanes so that the person can't just ram you off the road. Watch out. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm in a better mood on this one.
speed up his
So we're going to get over here.
ready.
So he's, I don't know if that was a flipping somebody up. That was, hey, I just called you a smart rider, buddy. Why are you flipping people off? I think this is what started it. Let's go back just a little bit more. Let's go back just a little bit more. So we're at this point.
The driver at the back was in such a rush that not
I think he wasn't presenting. All right, you're making me look like an idiot. He's not presenting. He's actually antagonizing the person behind him, which is going to be that driver that did what he did.
only did he
Okay, so we're escalating it now.
also to speed up
And
his
he did that, and he's going to flip him off because he thinks it's
damage
cool to
his
do
head.
so. So now he pissed off the car driver. I'm thinking he's situationally aware for looking in his mirrors, but the only time he's looking in his mirrors is to double check with the guy behind him. Come on. I'm concerned about what's in front of us. I see these red lights. I'm worried about that. I want to position myself for safety. I'm already thinking I want to be over here or I want to be over here. I'd rather be over here because I don't want to deal with this person or this person. I want to see around this person. And if I had to, I could swerve this way or I can go straight. So I'm already thinking of planning my ride that doesn't involve a stupid dumb driver because I didn't antagonize anybody. So he's looking left and this person decided to come out. Okay, fine. Let them be in front. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to kind of get behind him, wanted to follow him along. Nope, this person just wanted to get in front. Okay. So he's going to go ahead and do that. Jumps the curb. Very good. Break some rims. Have some fun. So he's saying good job. Now this person looks like an idiot. He got it on camera. Good for him. Whatever that means. And now this person's going to slow down and stop. So imagine if this person slammed the brakes and we're going highway speeds. Boom, we hit that person. All right? So let's go ahead and see what happens when we get closer. So we're going to go ahead and just get closer and kind of antagonize some of this situation. And this guy could easily just swerve and hit you. All right, but let's go ahead and get in front. And now this person can easily slam into us from behind because we're not protected. So what I would be doing, if I was this person, I'm not going to do it so I don't even have to worry about this, is I would get into that lane and continue that way. This way, we got lines of cars at some point, protecting us from a dumb acting dumber, dumber, dumb. Okay. Dutch motorcycle madness. Riding home from work, I observed some inappropriate overtaking by a small black car. All right.
Wow.
Let's see what happens here. Overtaking. Overtaking on the right is not allowed in the Netherlands. Okay. We're doing some pretty good speeds. You know, it looks like it's really windy. Looks like we're hitting a lot of wind. Driver of the white van is clearly frustrated by this. He decides to tailgate the black car at 5 meters. Okay. So we have a good position for safety. You notice, look at our line of sight. You see how far ahead we can see? So if we had to, we could swerve on those lines, and we can go and lane filter at highway speeds if we had to. Too close for that space cushion, though, for my liking, but look at the line of sight. See how far you can see? That's really good. That's really good.
Oh, wow.
3 Vanguard of the Phoenix, love your content and everything, bro. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate
I
it.
fell out of the road.
Yeah. Let's move on. Whoa. Getting pushed out of the way. There was an impact. You see the debris on the road. Slow it down. A little bit of road rage and hit and run. Just watch out. I signal that I have it all on camera, so you're going to pull over and say hi to him? Probably not. That's it. All right, that was it on that one. The only thing we can learn from this one, we're gonna chop a lot of that out, Nathan. So basically, it was a hit and run, road rage incident between a white van and that little black car. So the white van and that little black car. Okay, so this person hit this person. They are just getting all pissy and all that stuff. But the one thing I can really focus on this one is look at the line of sight. We could see really far down. And why can we do that? Because of our position. Let's see what position we're in. Let's go ahead and look a little bit. Come on now. Don't make me look dumb. All right. So positioning right here. We are in this position right here. So this is lane position 3. That's a 2. Don't worry about it, everybody. That's a 2. So we're like in this lane position. That allows us to see around these vehicles when this vehicle is more so to that way. Okay. So look at this. Just look at this. Look at it. Look at it. So good line of sight. We're getting closer and closer to this black car because of the brakes. Okay, you saw the lights. But look how far you can see. You can see the white van in front. So if anything happened, let's go ahead and fast forward to the part where we're super close to these people. Good line of sight once again. So if anything happened, we can swerve and go through here if we had to. Great positioning. Great position. You can see super far and you can swerve. Now, if there's a car right here like this, and we're in the blind spot, then no, it's not a good position. I would rather be over here then, over here. Yeah, right there. I'd rather be there because then I can do the same concept of looking super far, and if I had to, I could swerve onto the shoulder. Still not ideal. Best bet for this whole situation, if there was a car right here and I'm in the blind spot, what I would do is roll off the throttle to where I'm out of the blind spot, and now I'm staggered. Still maintain a good line of sight straight away. All right? That was good. How we doing? Let's go ahead and make sure everybody's having a good time in the lounge. Okay, let's go. All right, everybody having a good time, making sure you're playing some foosball. We got some new updates, everybody. Just hey, crew members, keep it down. Got some new updates. We're going to get a whole new crew lounge. So this is actually going to be renovated. I'm thinking we're going to start on production and demolition tonight, and then construction tomorrow. Hopefully it's going to be all done. We have about 1,000 rookies to do some work. So I'm going to ask for volunteers. Just kidding. All the rookies need to show up after class and help demo this. Nobody steals any of the games. I have backups of all the high scores. It's just Dan all the way across. So I better not see any shenanigans. But we're going to have a whole new crew lounge. And if it all turns out well, maybe a whole new firehouse. Let me know what you guys want to call the new firehouse. So far, I'm thinking DDFM HQ, DDFM Crew HQ, something HQ, or maybe even DDFM Crew Station. I'm going to go ahead and put a poll up in the comment section when I get back in class for those 3 options. I want to see what you guys think. Let's get back to class. The joint, I don't know if we can call it the joint. So I'm going to go ahead and make a poll, everybody, while we get the other videos situated. What should the firehouse be called? So DDFM HQ, DDFM Crew HQ, and then DDFM Crew Station. We're gonna ask the community. We're gonna ask everybody. It's gonna be in the chat. So keep an eye on the new poll that we have situated up on here. Let's go ahead and hit refresh on this. Let's go ahead and get over here. Let's go ahead and go over here. Click the new video to watch. Thank you, Raiden, by the way, for putting these together for me. We're gonna have this one get going. So it's 2:53 at 4 p.m. We're going to swing on by the Discord and have a nice little chat about 4 high-risk situations every motorcycle rider encounters. So make sure you guys join the Discord. Let me double-check, make sure things work. Did they fix it? Stream Deck got fixed. So now I can actually push buttons and things work. All right? So far, it's a 41% of DDFM HQ. DDFM Crew HQ is in the second. And then DDFM Crew Station is after that. All right? Let's go ahead and get started back on here. So we got a lot of videos to cover. I'm going to try to make these ones quicker and quicker and quicker because you guys already know all the patterns. You know all the situations. You know the Smart Rider principles. But you might not know the rescue card, which is right here. All right, let's go. Pause the music. There you go. New video from MotoStars.
From the very beginning, two cans.
Uh-oh, going a little wide with a passenger. So slow it down. Slow it down. That's all that means. Don't try to keep up with the buddy up in front. This is a sharp turn. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it. Oh, no. No! I hate it when a passenger is involved in a crash. I hate it. Because the passenger has no control. Absolute trust in the rider to do what they're supposed to do. Don't hurt your buddies. Don't hurt your significant other. You saw that too, Kenneth, huh? He put his foot down. All right, so right here, we are out of the sun, into the shade. This is the first corner. We see some problems happening. This person's going to go a little wide. Now, what causes motorcycle riders to go wide? Typically on curves like this. Too much speed. Now, if you have a passenger, well, here's the thing. You need to be not slowing it down, but you need to take corners easier. You need to brake sooner, and you need to accelerate slower because you have a passenger on it. It's as simple as that. It changes up the dynamics. First time you have a passenger on it, please take it easy. So right here, we're going to go a little bit wide. There's the little wide part. It's about the 3/4 of the turn. Went a little bit wide. And he's going to put his foot down. Now, that passenger has no clue, maybe freaking out a little bit. I don't know. The problem is the rider isn't freaking out. If I was the rider, I'd be freaking out saying to myself, oh, take this next one slow. But here's the thing. We have our buddy way over here. Now, are we trying to keep up? Because from this rider to this rider, it's pretty close, right? But from this rider to that rider, it's pretty far away. Now, if you had your Cardo Pack Talk Bold, you can communicate with them. Okay? Links in the description. So we're going to go a little bit wide.
In the line promised.
Now, he's going to set up for this turn. You can see him just really do this. He's throwing the bike down. That's what I'm trying to exaggerate a little bit. He's throwing the bike down. Watch this. Threw that bike down. Lots of changes in the body positioning. Lots of changes in the bike ergonomics. D1 Clown, thank you so much for the donation. But we're going to go a little bit too fast in this corner. And we should know that's a sharp corner because we got chevrons. These are nice little indicators that you shouldn't be doing any crazy speeds. And then just take a quick look. Why do we have massive guardrails? Quite typically for cars, semis, or whatever, not to, crash. It's good indicators, guys. We have plenty and plenty and plenty of indicators that we shouldn't be going fast. So he's going a little too fast on this. He's going to putting his leg out, thinking that's going to help. We're not Flintstones. And as soon as he touches, they're going to start going down. Now, you're going to rip your perineum on that one. She fell down, immediately smashed her face in the ground. Hopefully, they were wearing full-face helmets, but typically, cruiser riders like this wear half helmets. Now, what do we do in this situation that we witness something? Now, we know with the motorcycle crash, we know possible spinal, possible concussion. Okay, cool. But we witnessed the mechanism of injury on this. We witnessed her fall down face first. We witnessed his leg fall down, big heavy bike in the middle of a corner, so road rash, impacts, possible broken bones. 2 patients, though. 2 patients. Can you handle 2 people severely injured? No, you can't. I can't. I have to triage at that point. I have to pick who's going to survive or not. Hopefully I can stabilize both. But, you know, if both of them are critical, I can only pick one. So, do you have friends that are riding with you? Do you have your buddies? Do you have that cardo where you can talk to the guy way up ahead and say, hey, these people crashed. You know, Jeremy and Jillian, where did I come up with that? They crashed. So you tell them, hey, bring your rescue kit down here. I got mine. I'm going to take care of Jillian. You take care of Jeremy. And we're going to make it work. Now, if they're bleeding out anywhere, you have the kit to handle that. If there's a crazy amount of bleeding, you can use the 2 tourniquets that are in here. But you have plenty of resources in here, at least. Whew, I'm getting amped up. At least to know what to do because you have the rescue card with it. So you just take a quick look. Need to remain calm. Well, duh. Okay, well, I'll do that. Oh, call 911. I need to ensure my own safety. So I'm going to wear gear. I'm going to wear my PPE, look for hazards. And then, okay, bleeding is the biggest thing. So let's check out bleeding. And then you quickly assess the severity and the whole backside of the card. Jeremy Brisky, it wasn't you? Okay, I'm sorry. But they're going to crash. What do? The honking of the horn is not going to get anybody's attention. Look how far this other person is. Take a look. Let's go back just a little bit. You can't even see the person. We're honking the horn. This is why having that Bluetooth system is so important. I keep saying the Cardo Pack Dog Bold because it's the premium one and it has the longest distance. That's the one our crew locally uses. And we can reach wherever that person is, it's going to reach them. Around that mountain, it's going to reach them. The person's not 4 or 5 miles ahead. So you're good. But the honking of the horn is not going to do anything. Now this person's going to put his foot down. It's going to be a low side lost traction, high impact to the left side, possibly to the face. And you're going to have a massive amount of bleeding on that face if there was no full face helmet, possibly ripping parts of it off. All right. Very fun and lively discussion. Let's move on. All right, Easy. That's his name. Easy. All right, we're having a little bit of fun. Went around that road surface hazard, going back and forth. I don't see any gloves, right? No gloves. Maybe a little bit of a power slide, a little bit of a throttle. You know, maybe a little bit of that. Oh, he's still alive. Okay. Oh, we got some after. Oh, I thought that was it. So a little bit of scrapage. GoPro is completely destroyed. It's a Hero 3 Plus. I mean, it's a little old. I don't know how old this video is. Is that his leg? I don't know what that is. Well, his GoPro flew off. All right. So I don't know exactly where we are other than it's a McDonald's. We're going to go around here. So we lost traction on that rear tire just a little bit. Now, look at the road. It looks pretty good, but you hear the RPMs go up. So why would that cause that rear tire to slide a little bit at 16 miles per hour? Why would it slide? Oh, 116. Okay. So my math is terrible. I wouldn't know how he did this, how physics work. But yeah, so maybe the rear tire spun out and it's like 116. The bike's thinking you're going 116. So that's a lot of throttle. That's a lot of rear tire spin. It's a no bueno thing. So here's the thing. He's turning, rear tires spinning because he gave it a lot of throttle. It broke traction, starts to spin, so you start to slide. So think of ice. You lose traction on ice. You lose traction on spinning it like this. Same thing with slamming the brakes. You're going to lose traction. It's just slippy slidey. So we're going to slippy slide, and we're going to get over here, and it's going to grab traction. So here it is. We're going to go ahead and give it a little bit of throttle, actually a lot of it, and we start to slippy slide that rear tire. It's starting to slide out in front of us, and now it grabbed traction because we probably rolled it off or whatever it is. And now it's a high side, so we get launched forward, and then here's the head smacking the ground. So easily a concussion, easily a problem. It's a no bueno. Make sure you are not gunning it on a turn. Just don't gun it like super hard like that. Easy, smooth inputs. Smooth braking, smooth throttle, smooth shifting, smooth turning. The goal is to be smooth. Smooth is fast, everybody. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Think about it. Here we go. This driver decides to try and ruin my day. I don't think they tried to do that. They probably did, because that's why we're on MotoStars. All right. So we have to merge into this area. We're going to go ahead and wait till the last second, which is perfectly fine. That person is not allowing a zipper merge. Now they finally moved over. Probably didn't see you. Didn't mean to do it on purpose, but it's still stupid. Watch out for the guy in front. He's hitting the brakes. We're in a very boxed situation, terrible for planning. So what happened here? We're going to get up to this last spot. We're going to look to our left. We're going to start merging, and this dum-dum's in the way. Why did they not see us? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. We should have been paying attention with our mirrors. Maybe turned in a little bit sooner when we possibly could, but this person maybe was trying to defend their lane. At some point, they actually switch over, though. They switch over to this lane and let you in. Okay, so let's take a look at this. They switch over. Very good. Now our focus is on this person right here. Now, I don't want our focus to be on this person. I want our focus to be what's up in front, this person, because that is what we're going to strike. Motorcycle crashes typically involve the motorcycle rider striking something, a guardrail, another car, a tree, a pedestrian, whatever. It could be anything. We're typically the ones that strike people. So we're going to get them to here, and you notice how we have a decent space cushion at this point. Line of sight, not very good, but our escape path is pretty good to the right. Lots of debris, though, so maybe not. So we got a good escape path to the right. We have a good space cushion. We don't have good line of sight. I want that line of sight above all else. I want to see as far as I possibly can. If that involves me rolling off the throttle, maybe even applying some brake pressure to get further back, I will do that. Or I'm going to switch into a different lane position, like right here or even right here. So this way I can see around the vehicle and see what's in front of this vehicle if I can't maintain a good space cushion. And I still have a good escape route. Let's pretend that car's not there, but we have a good escape route in those types of situations. So what I would do is this one right here, though. In this situation, I'd do that. All right, let's go ahead. Because look at this. We're looking to the left, flipping people off. There's brake lights. We're getting closer and closer and closer, and we had to roll off the throttle. And you see how we're focused on the wrong things. All right, 3:05, in less than an hour, we will be on the Discord, and we will be doing a nice little Q&A session over there. All right. Thank you for the kilometers per hour converter. Here we go. Waleed little doggo, side of the dog. Good job with the evasive maneuver, red stage maneuver. We have a helmet on our handlebars, so that's a little interesting. We have our helmet right here. Let's take a look. I want you guys to see that. Okay, good. We have a helmet on. I thought he just had a strap to his chin. So we have a helmet there. He's got a helmet there. How you doing, little doggo? So we're going to see this. We're going to go ahead and be riding, having a good time, not wearing full gear, you know, whatever. We see the side of the dog. This is at an intersection. We should be orange stage anyways. Typically, we're going to be watching out for cars, but we're going to be watching out for a little doggo in this situation. So we have plenty of room. We can go ahead and swerve, which is what we did, and we juked them. They're not as fast as us because we're cooler, and we're going to go ahead and go on with our day. Just kidding. Dogs are cooler than humans. Let's move on. All right, so Derek,
in Siena Pro
Haderka
nearby,
Haderka 14.
the roundabout a bit more boldly.
All right, roundabouts, typically low side stuff because we like to gun it like that, and we're on knobbies, so not a good situation. We hit the curb. Now, is anybody going to rescue us because we just crashed? Let's see. Any bystanders going to help out? Yeah, we had a coyote cross in front of me 2 days ago, Jose. Highway speeds at night. That's crazy. Hopefully you're okay. Hopefully somebody is going to rescue this rider. Coyotes are crazy. All right, so nobody... Oh, they're all parked cars, but still, nobody's going to stop and help. That person... Stop and help, dude. Come on, dude. No? Nobody's going to stop and help. Okay, let's take a quick look at what happened on this situation. Same thing pretty much for everything. This is a cornering mistake, a cornering problem. just because it's at an intersection. Roundabouts or intersections, people like to treat it as a fun little mini track, which makes no sense to me.
About a bit more boldly.
So we're gonna gun it through here. We're going 41. We're gonna keep gunning it. Keep gunning it. We're going through the corner. Keep gunning it. Look how far down we are with our body position and the bike position, especially on knobbies. So the further we get on that side wall of that tire, the less traction we have, because we're just gonna keep going until we run out of traction. But also we have knobbies, so big old little blocks. You'll see it a little bit later, guys. And that's gonna allow way less traction. Okay, it's not gonna allow a lot of it. It's going to allow less. So we're going to go ahead and low side. That's the low side. So we're going to think about right leg injuries, collarbone injuries. He's going to hit his head right there. We're going to start sliding, and then we hit the curb at this point. That's sliding across the... Oh, wrong button. That's sliding across the ground, and then another impact. So we got our bodies getting impacted. There's our tailbone hitting the curb, possibly our right hip. So that's no bueno. So we got road rash, whether it is actually physically giving us that road rash or the thermal portion of that road rash. So you got to watch out for that. He's going to go ahead and get up. He's got a giant backpack on, probably stole a baby. Turns off the bike, so able to run, able to get to the bike. Seems like his scaffolding and his load-bearing bones are working pretty well. Let's move on. One sec. Actually, Maniac HD Rider. Did his rear wheel slip on the paint because of acceleration? No, just straight up a lot of acceleration. His tires weren't designed for it. Just lost traction because he gave a lot of acceleration in the middle of a turn. In the middle of a turn, the turning takes a lot of traction. Doesn't take it all, but it takes a lot. And then your acceleration to get through the turn takes a little bit of that traction. So really, you don't have a lot. Let's say you're using 70% out of 100% traction. Now, if you slam the brakes, that takes away traction too. And it can go over 100%, therefore you slip, okay? So if we're doing 70%, most of it's turning, and all of a sudden we accelerate super duper hard, it's going to go above that 100% and lower the traction, or remove the traction, and you're going to go ahead and fall. Got to watch out for that. So don't accelerate super hard and don't brake super hard in the middle of a turn. It's better to straighten it up, right? Because when you straighten it up, it allows you to remove that traction-taking turning, you know, because turning takes traction. So you remove that aspect of that factor. So when you straighten it up, now you have a lot more traction, and then now you can apply the brakes, or now you can accelerate. Now, if it's an emergency, you're in the middle of a turn, and you have to straighten it up and then apply the brakes, that is why people don't tend to fall down when they straighten it back up and apply the brakes, okay? Great question. Alrighty. Breathing pretty good. No blinker, no problem. Alright, so bad line of sight on this. Go ahead and roll up the throttle. Give yourself a better space cushion. Don't know if this person's going to come into your lane, but there it is. Now, okay. Let's go ahead and look at the intro. No blinker, no problem. Do you guys understand that semis have like the most blind spots of any other vehicle? Okay, look at this. Specifically, I mean, there's even pictures of motorcycle stuff. Let's go ahead and open that. Let's go ahead and open that. Let's take a look at the blind spots. Oh, look at this. It's the Accident Scene Management website. So if you want to get yourself a class, please do so. We have links in the description for a discount. So all these areas around the semi, the guy can't see them. The semi truck driver cannot see these bikes. So don't be that close, okay? So we got the blind spots. We talk about blind spots. We talk about cars. Talk about semis. This is actually a very good article. I didn't realize this was on there. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at this one because this is the one I really wanted to look at, even though it's blurry and looks like it was taken with a potato camera. Maybe we can get a different one. Let's go ahead and click that one. Is that working better? Okay, anyways, looks terrible. So 20 feet ahead, we got to watch out. We got to watch out 2 lanes to the right. We got to watch out at least 1 lane to the left and 30 feet behind because they can't see you. Okay, we have a line of sight problem behind the vehicle. So you really have to watch out. So when we see this, no blinker, no problem, it means you just don't understand semis and line of sight, okay? Because the blinker wasn't going to be an issue on this. We're in the blind spot now, and we're going to stay in the blind spot, and now we're going to be pushed out. This dude did not see you. Did not see you. This truck driver did not see you. Good job with the red stage maneuver, though. Good job with the red stage maneuver. and we're gonna honk the horn. It's not like they care. Seriously, guys, law of gross tonnage, especially with these semis, you're a bug. You're a little bug. A little bug. Not gonna happen. You're not gonna do anything with that. He's just gonna run you over. All right, move on. So here we go. Vadam Munchkin. We're going through here. We got some brake lights. Brake lights. Okay, good job rolling off the throttle. Maintain a good space cushion. Watch out for that merger because that vehicle, the Ford, I believe, was going slower than what that person liked, and that lane looked pretty good, nice and open. So there you go. Switch out of there, and we're moving on. Just kidding. We're gonna go back just a little bit because this is a massive pattern. This is gonna be an interstate pattern. Okay, so Nathan, Rainin, this is an interstate thing. So maybe we can do a theme of that. We're going through here. Now, take a quick look. So the main thing with interstates are going to be merging problems. Now, we have that truck driver way up ahead, switching lanes in front of this person, causing them to apply the brakes, causing this person to apply the brakes. More than likely, that Ford that was up in front, looks like my finger's going into the car. The Ford up in front was like slowing down maybe, causing some issues, Leon. Causing some issues to make that truck driver move. Okay, so big warning sign, orange stage, prepped and ready. I saw something weird. I'm going to be paying attention to this. And then we're going to get up to here. Now that Ford, I believe it's a Ford way up ahead, is still slowing down. This person is applying the brakes. That's that pattern we're talking about here. That's the pattern we're talking about. Senior crew member Leon, by the way. Woo! Watch out for that because our lane is moving. This lane is not. So when you see something like that, typically this person wants to move over. It's pretty simple. We do the same thing. When our lane is going slow, we see, oh, it's a nice lane over there. We switch over. So if we do that, we should understand what it feels like to be this car driver. So let's see it from the outside perspective, and we can make adjustments so that we don't get hit. Yeah, they should see us. Yeah, they should see us. But they don't. So we're going to get through it. So right here, we're starting to get into the blind spot. This person just made a random choice because it's high speed. They don't know how to make choices at high speed. We do because we're motorcycle riders. So at this point, we either roll off the throttle or find an escape path like over here. So we maybe use the shoulder a little bit, the little rumble strips. Make sure you don't run into the barrier like the other guy and break your leg. So he's going to go ahead and roll off the throttle. Honk the horn. Thankfully, that person heard it. Typically, at 60 miles per hour or more, you're not going to hear the horn until it's like right in front of you. So he got very lucky. Accelerated out. Looks like we blurred it because he was going so fast. And he made himself available to the next lane right here. And he's going to go on with his day. So just watch out for this pattern right here. Open lane for us that's moving. And a lane next to us that is slow. Because this is what's going to happen. Okay? Pay attention. Here we go. Here we go. Same thing. Okay, watch out for left turn. Whoa! Lost a little traction on that. Drifting. All right. Not much we could do there. Pretty interesting.
One of the
Angel or not?
didn't decide on the lane he wanted to use, so he chose both of them, checking the bike as vigilance.
His vigilance, okay. We're gonna rev bomb because that's what we do. And we got right next to it. So once again, everybody, when there's an issue like this, when you see the uncommon thing in a common situation, this is an uncommon thing. When you see that, just kind of stay away from it. Don't worry too much about it. Just really don't worry too much about it. This person's just being in a weird spot. Just kind of wait until they pick a lane. Maybe use your horn in that situation, but rev bombing is no bueno. And you're right, Heg. You're right, Nathan. Look, there it is. It's a yellow light. We're basically just trying to go through it, or were we focused too much on this car? Probably focused too much on this car. It could have been a red light, and we ran a red light. And then boom, this person slams the brakes, and we keep going, and we get T-boned. Pay attention to what's in front. Pay attention to what's in front. Somebody was saying the red car parked.
Decide on the lane
Let's take a look.
to use, so he chose both.
So then that means that person had a legit reason to do that. So we're going to pass. Yep, you're right. Double park. They're double parked, so they moved over. So this guy, without knowing that this person over here had a legit reason to do that, makes this person look like an idiot. So maybe think a little bit before you make an action. Yeah, you're pissed at them, and they're probably like, what's wrong with this motorcycle rider? What a jerk. All right, here we go. Wrong way drivers make me... Okay. Very interesting. We have seen this guy. We have seen this guy before. We have seen this guy before. Morning Lion Industries. Let's see who he is. Morning Lion Industries. I was wondering if he was an air horn manufacturer, because he just loves letting us know he has an air horn. We've been on this guy's thing. MotoStars has showcased him before. And when I say I recognize all of this before he even honked the horns, because I remember him being parked like right here. And then he kind of does this. And then I guess he wanted to go somewhere. And then like this over here is like a one-way road. And there was a truck. Anybody remember this? Hopefully I'm not talking out of my butt. And the truck did this when he wasn't supposed to. And it felt like we were waiting right here to catch somebody do that. So, Morning Lion, seriously, you can't be using the same intersections as the one-way driver thing. Maybe it is something that makes you horny. You know, maybe we need to talk about that, buddy. Maybe we need to talk about that, because you did mention that. You did mention that right here. Let's go ahead and... Maybe you keep going back to this, and this is some kind of fetish. Okay, but here's the problem, buddy. Here's the problem. This fetish is going to get you killed. You're going to get hit. Make sure you have a buddy system. Okay? So make sure you have somebody riding behind you just in case something bad happens. Just somebody to watch, you know. You know, there's some dangerous ways of getting off. And you usually have a buddy system. So make sure you guys are talking to each other on a Cardo Pack Talk Bold. Link in the description. All right? Because you don't want to do this and get hit when you're trying to have a great time. You know what I mean? You know, to each their own. Everybody has their own thing. All right, here we go. We're going to pass everybody up. Good job. We're going to have an uncommon thing in a common situation. What are we going to have? There it is. Kind of last second. This is why I love image stabilization. That's why I love image stabilization. So we're going to witness something right here. We have an uncommon thing in a common situation. There it is. That we're going to have headlights in our lane looking at us. Anybody watched, I think it was like back in the day when Vine was still available, when the dude was filming and he was driving and his girlfriend was asleep in the front seat, and it was a semi-truck, you know, being towed by another semi-truck, but the semi-truck that was being towed is facing the opposite direction. And he just was getting really close to it, and he started screaming, oh my God, and then she wakes up and she's screaming, oh my God. It was amazing. You guys had to be there. But this is kind of the same thing. Thought I froze. But we're going to go ahead and move on. So watch out for the sun in the eyes. Okay, we're going 130. And now Rainin gave me, one second, gave me a nice little converter. 130. 80 miles per hour. Go back to the beginning. So 80 miles per hour at 130 kilometers per hour. I did some math mentally, so Nathan, don't put in the calculator on that first part. Anyways, we have uncommon thing in a common situation. Good job finding an escape route, because you wouldn't have been able to swerve, and braking might not have even done anything. The only thing braking would have done is maybe mitigate a little bit of the injury if he does have an impact. There we go. So he witnesses it. We're starting to slow down. We're downshifting. We're finding that escape path. Because we can't get over here and like, hey, I'm going to fight for my lane. We can't swerve this way. We're going to get hit by all these other people. At this speed, we try to get off on the dirt. More than likely, we're going to lose traction. So what do? We find the smallest little gap right on the edge. Very scary. Very scary. So this is where the slow straight line comes in. Now just add it to where it's like a fast straight line. So when I'm out on the highway and there's no vehicles around, I like to actually, especially when you have a bigger shoulder. Typically, there's like a big shoulder on the side. So I'm not having this drop off. What I like to do sometimes is I like to ride in this spot, and then I like to see if I can maintain this spot. Now, the easiest way for me to maintain it right on that line is to look really far ahead. Don't look down because you're going to start doing this a little bit. Look far ahead and you start to stabilize. So look ahead. Your eyes make a huge improvement on how stable you really are. So anyways, he found an escape path for this uncommon thing in a common situation. You know, we're riding around. It's very uncommon. And look at this. This is all we need. Thankfully, we didn't get hit, but look how close it was. That's no good, but we did what we needed to do. Thankfully, did not get hit. I hate when people get hurt. All right? Make sure you guys sign in to class, by the way. Sign in. DJ Craig!
A quite frequent situation on the road where despite good visibility, the driver
Okay,
tests
crest of the hill a little bit. Side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle. Go ahead, switch lanes. Very good. Anticipated the dum-dum and was doing what he was supposed to be doing. He perceived the threat, and all we had to do, part of plan, was adapt. We didn't have to navigate. We just kind of bloop, 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 adapted a little bit. We positioned for safety, we located the hazard, and we adapted. Typically, like with this other incident over here, he planned, so he positioned for safety, located the hazard, and now he had to navigate a threat. Now, what I would do, I didn't realize he took his hand off. Maintain this, but this is a navigation. Now, what we have over here is an adaptation because we saw it ahead of time and allowed us to do what we needed to do.
where despite good visibility, the driver
So
tests
take a look. This is the moment we can start to perceive the incident. Leon, appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and give you a shout out right after this. We have a class going on. Shh, shh, shh. Side of the vehicle. You got to watch out for that. Side of the vehicle is going to dictate a possible path of travel violation. So if he saw it, what are we going to do?
patience and attention.
He's going to start adapting a little bit. Now, yeah, wear some gloves, buddy. Yeah, acquire and utilize personal protective equipment, part of being a smart rider. But we're going to switch lanes. So we're going to do it way ahead of time. We don't have to do it right now. We usually see people rev bombing. We're going to adapt, though. So we position for safety because we're looking for things. We have good space cushions, good line of sight. We located the hazard, and that's the pattern of side of the vehicle. It's going to let you know they're going to go in front of you. And then all we did was adapt by just switching a lane position or even just a full lane. So let's see what happens. So he's going to adjust. Not even a full lane, just a lane position. Very good. And we're done. Wow. It's weird when you plan your ride, things typically turn out well. Typically. Okay, sometimes it doesn't. That's why you wear gear. That's why you rescue another rider. And that is why you get motorcycle insurance. All right? Hands slip off handlebars if no gloves, it possibly can. That's why I love wearing gloves, because you have that tactile grip and feel versus hands that can get slippery and slimy. Slimy. You know what I mean. All right, so Leon. I'm sorry, man. Leon is a senior crew member, and I missed what he said earlier, but he made a $20 super chat. I appreciate it, by the way. My fiance and I are newer to riding. Huge fan of your videos. They've helped us become smart riders for sure. Happy to be part of the DDFM crew. Hey, Leon, I don't think anybody has showed you the lounge. Let's go. Leon, make sure you get yourself a donut from the classroom. Play some video games. Play some foosball. Bring your fiance in here and have a great time. Quick note, though. If you get a high score, please put my name on it. Okay? All right, we got to get back to class, though. Whew. Beat ya. Got here quicker. Have a donut. Newbie, member for 17 months. Shout out to the Discord. How you guys liking the new Discord community council thing? We have a council basically running the Discord. It's not me. It's not, the main management. It's not the admin. It's actually you guys running the Discord. I'm excited. You guys voted for the community council members. We got some cool things happening. All right, here we go. I was feeling really weak that day and didn't want to ride. Okay, so we're going to do that. Interesting choice. Yeah, you got to watch out for that. Swerve, swerve, swerve. Good job. Oh, lost a little traction. Gave it a little bit of the brakes. Look forward. We almost hit a plant and a sign. All right, maximum paychev. We have another video right after this.
Use your eyes, you don't.
Oh, maximum paychev. is in the chat, everybody. This one's my fault. I have to admit multiple mistakes. Hey, I appreciate you explaining that you, well, not explaining, you're being honest. Being honest. So here's what I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 cents into this. Let me know if I am right on this or not. So did you really feel weak that day and didn't want to ride? Please write it in the comments. So here's the thing. If you're going to be feeling weak, maybe lightheaded, dehydrated, maybe a little intoxicated, hopefully you're not. Hopefully you're not. Maybe a little bit sleepy. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully you got a good night's rest, because sleepy driving is a bad driving. So we're going to get through here, but we're going to go ahead, and this is not lane filtering. He's literally passing people. It's perfect. Nice little staggered position with the cars. That's kind of fun. I get that. So low blood pressure. No buenos. You can easily pass out from that, having a syncopal episode. So we're going through here. We have sun to our back, so maybe the driver in front couldn't see us very well because of the sun. And then we're getting closer and closer, and with our low blood pressure, we are not truly paying attention 100%. We are a little bit closer to the yellowish white stage. Maybe like looks like you're hydrated when you take a pee stage. Maybe a little bit of that. So we're going through here, and he realized that the vehicle is slowing down a little bit too late, so we had to do something. Thankfully, he didn't smash the brake and panic. He did utilize progressive brake pressure, or he did smash the brake and ABS kicked in. Let me know, Paychev, if you felt the ABS kick in. It's like in your hands and your feet. Okay, so we're going through here, and then last second, he's like, shoot, I don't have enough total stopping distance. I got to swerve, and that's exactly what you needed to do. Change up your plan. Change up your red stage maneuver. You know, we got the red stage right there. Change it up if you need to, because braking might not be the answer, but it maybe saved you enough time to make a better decision. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to be moving on from here, and you said you had multiple mistakes. It was no ABS, so here, the rear locked at an angle. Hey, you did really good then. If there was no ABS on that and you did that, you did good. You just close call, not good, but you didn't crash. So I call it a win. Here we go. Watch out for the debris in the front, though. So it's you again, Paychev. You're in the chat. Okay, you're in the chat. So we're going to lane filter. Was this the same day, by the way? I would like to know. Maybe not. Side of the pedestrian. Good job braking, so it wasn't the same day, because it looks like your blood pressure was doing pretty well and your eyeballs worked, and you had the situational brain power to make it work. Great job on that. So we have a side of the vehicle. So here's the thing. Intersections are going to be obviously the place for pedestrians to actually cross the road. Same month, though. Okay. Cross the road. You got to watch out for them. They're pretty dumb. They're on their phones, not looking where they're supposed to go. So one thing I like to do is, when I don't lane filter, but when I do in California, which is very rare. So very rare that I'm in California with the motorcycle. I'd rather just take the whole family in the car. But when I see that the vehicles in front are moving and this vehicle isn't, that kind of reminds me of, well, they're not moving for a reason, so I'm going to double check, and I'm going to tell you about the whole haunted house analogy. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Just don't run through a haunted house. Look around the corner, okay? Same thing with this. You got a pedestrian not paying attention. He's looking to where he thinks the hazard is, and then, whoa, freaking out a little bit. And then we're moving on with our day. So good job on the braking. You didn't panic. Let's watch you do the braking again. Good job with progressive brake pressure. Very good. Very good. Seriously, very good braking. Smart rider, join the crew. Go into the Discord, buddy. All right, here we go. Boosted CRX 10. Okay, we got a corner coming up. What are we going to deal with? Okay, sharp left turn. We have our hands down. And we're just going to tippity tap our buddy and say, hey, what's up, buddy? That's all they're doing. They're just saying hi. Ah, that was so hilarious. You broke my motorcycle.
It was on.
So he said, use your turn signal. Another guy said it was on. So this is another reason to make sure your lights are actually functional before taking off on a ride. And this way, if they are not and you still want to go for a ride, you at least are aware that your turn signals don't work. Okay?
Huh?
Yeah, why fist bump when you can body bump? New quote of the day from Newbie. We had like 4 or 5 new quotes. Very good. Matthew Dollarhide. Love the crew and Vice. Saved my rear more than once already. Woo!
That baby's pulled right out. Got bike's good.
Is that all we're going to talk about? Okay, cool. let's take a look at what happened. Now, not everybody has to use a blinker. Not everybody has to have functional lights. You just have to understand when you start to get closer and closer and closer and closer to something, it gets bigger, right? It gets a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. So it gets a little bit bigger. So this person right here is going to start getting bigger. That means you're getting closer, whether they have lights or not. It's great to have lights as an indicator because our eyes are able to see that really quick and we can make judgment calls, but we need to be smarter than that. So he has his hands up. He's obviously slowing down a little bit. There's no blinker, buddy. I don't think you had a blinker going on. No indicator. Even the brake light. So maybe his electrical work is not doing very well. But we just kept getting closer and closer and closer. Now, did we know that we needed to turn here? If not, maybe you should communicate that before getting on the ride. Now, you don't have to have a Cardo Pack Talk Bold, but it's very good to have it so you can communicate. Another thing you can have is your rock form phone mount on your handlebars. So before the ride, say, hey, where are we going? So I can put this on my GPS, and you put your phone on the handlebars. You can put it on the sport bike thing, and you actually have the same GPS going. You can, get to where you need to go without having to rely on following somebody or communicating with them. But if you need to, Cardo Pack Talk Bold, link in the description for discounts on both of those things. But we're going to have the impact, and easily could have been something worse. Could have broken his right leg. See, have your phone on the handlebars. It's not a good spot. Wear full gear. So we all flipped and flopped. Said hi, did a little body bump, hit our head. Now, here's the thing. Oh, it's kind of funny. It's all that kind of stuff. But look what we did to our bikes. We're damaging our bikes. We hit our helmet on the ground pretty hard. So now we got to replace it because the polystyrene foam on the inside has a crack. And we have road rash, maybe some abrasions, maybe some gouges into our skin. And it's just all of a No, it's not. It's not. Thankfully, nothing was crazy bad, but if something went bad, come on, think about it. You guys join the Discord? Yeah. Some guy flipped me off when rode by, so I went to ask if there was a problem.
Did I do something wrong to offend you?
I cringed, and then I triple cringed right now. I don't even want to see this. You guys want to see this? You sure? Well, thankfully, I'm the chief, and I say no. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Okay,
Well, I don't want to hear it.
just checking. Just double.
You tell me what happened.
I didn't know if I was
You
speaking.
tell me what happened.
I was waiting to go in front of me, so I just
Guy who comes by on a bike
gotcha.
it must be like yours because it sounded just like it coming.
Oh,
Just had an altercation with him going by, coming back.
oh, that's rude. Oh, sorry. Here, I'll turn.
Done? Okay. All right, green light. Beautiful crow. Hey, that guy, little turtle head poking out. Ran the red. Okay. Not your emergency. Moving on. So Dave, van in front of me, wants to change lanes, but the guy beside me doesn't let him in. Aw, what a jerk, not letting people in. Doesn't sound like us motorcyclists. It really doesn't. It sounds like other communities, not ours. Non-issue. Not your emergency. Call it a day. Birds equal flipped. All right. What? Motostars, we having a slow month? Was this like a slow week? Come on. Might have to move to Moto Madness, buddy. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean that. Don't take it. Don't. I was kidding. We're going to keep watching Motostar. My first and only warning.
Trying to keep up with the pace of the group at all costs, and it ended up badly for him.
Okay, went in too hot. So don't try to keep up with the course, or not the course, with the group. I was thinking of something else for some reason. Went a little wide, got a little impact on the leg. Okay, we should be good. Watch out for the people behind us. Now we got to remember, remain calm, ensure our own safety, stop major bleedings, quickly assess the severity. Maxim Paychev, welcome to the crew. Whew. Hope you're doing good after the close call you had. So people are asking to help. You know, I'm more concerned about injuries, but if nobody's injured, I could possibly help with this situation. I don't want to hurt my back, though. You know what I'm saying? See how difficult it is just to get the bike out? All right, so let's see what happened here. 3:38, we got 20 minutes before. Let's just power through it. This is gonna be a cornering thing right here.
The group at all costs, and it ended up badly for him.
Okay, so he's gonna go a little bit wide, and he's trying to keep up with his buddies. Okay, so we're falling behind, we're looking through the turn, and oh crap, we panic a little bit, and we start looking at the guardrail, and we just, look at this, we could just keep going. Now, the reason why we can't, though, even though it looks like we can, is because we're going too fast for what we're supposed to be doing. We went a little too fast, and we're going to start going towards the outside, and we start to panic a little bit. Instead of doing what we should be doing is roll off the throttle just a little bit and then really lean with your body into the turn, and you'll be surprised. Put a little bit of weight on some of the pegs and make it work. That's more of an advanced skill. That's something you want to practice in a parking lot even, not from a video like this where we just discuss the concept of it. You need to actually go practice it, please. The best thing you could possibly do is just to not go fast in the corners. Okay, it's a lot easier to, oh, that's all damaged. It's a lot easier to take away the speed before the corner than it is during the corner because you start to panic a little bit. All right, moving on. We're going to power through these. I got the podcast coming up. All right, so the keb. So a nice staggered formation. We're moving through here. We got a dickhead right there. Going to move around everybody else. No problems, whatever. Move on with our day. We're having a great time. No. Stop it, stop.
What was that? I say we chase him and take a mirror off.
Okay, let's just go ahead and skip this because you want to chase him and take a mirror off. We're going to get angry. I guess we are done. Right? We're done. All right. Well, here's the thing. I got to go a little peepees. I got to go do a little peepees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a video up on the board. And then from there, after that, I'm going to come back and I'm going to let everybody know, hey, we're going to be on the Discord. So I want to see people smashing that link for the Discord. Somebody do the ! Discord, and we'll go ahead and get that going. Let me go ahead and get a video for you guys, because I know you guys are like, oh, I'm so tired of listening to Dan. Let's watch a video. Okay, let's watch a video. Let's go ahead. Do this. Yeah, DivX, huh?
I'm Sam from...
Okay. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and watch this. Now, here's the thing. Can we have one of the rookies turn off the lights? Can we have one of the rookies turn off the lights? Come on. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the bathroom. Let's go ahead and watch this, and everybody hop into the Discord.
Hey guys, I'm Sam from the YouTube channel Prep Medic, and in this video, we're going to be discussing why you need to be carrying a trauma kit and why it's important to be trained in how to use it. In the United States, which is one of the most, if not the most developed country in the world, the average ambulance response time is between 5 and 15 minutes. If you're riding motorcycles and back country roads, mountain roads, you name it, that response time is going to be closer to 30 minutes. Unfortunately, it only takes about 5 minutes for permanent brain damage to occur in the event of cardiac arrest, and it only takes about 4 minutes to bleed out of a femoral artery in case of a laceration. So it is vital that you know how to do CPR, breathe for somebody, and how to stop major bleeding at a moment's notice. Even minor wound care items might be the difference between you being able to ride out of your situation back to civilization and being stuck on the side of a road for a prolonged period of time. While most medical equipment can be improvised, such as tourniquets and wound packing, when we get injured or see somebody else injured and become stressed out, our ability to critically think and our fine motor skills diminish substantially, which is why it's good to have a commercial kit with staged items inside of it that are ready to go at a moment's notice. The time it'll take you to cut a shirt, find a stick for a windlass, and tighten a tourniquet may be the difference between life and death in a severe bleed scenario. If you want to learn more about medical care and first aid items as it relates to motorcycle riding, check out the other videos in this series. If you want to take a deeper dive into EMS, I can be found at PrepMedic on YouTube and prep_medic on Instagram.
Thank you for doing that. We got another one. Everybody.
My name's Sam from the YouTube channel PrepMedic, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to properly don and doff rubber gloves. In this case, I have 2 nitrile gloves, and these act as personal protective equipment, so they provide a barrier between me and the patient. These are not sterile gloves, and it is okay if the outside is touched. When we're putting them on, it's a pretty simple process. Most of these will be ambidextrous, so it doesn't matter which hand's which. We're just going to take them, put our hands into them, and pull them tight. If your hand is really wet or sweaty, it's going to be difficult to apply these. I've noticed sometimes if they're a little bit wet, it's harder to apply if they're very wet. So if you have a sink, you can run them under the sink and apply these a little bit better.
Head on over to the Discord, everybody.
Same thing, and put it on. Now, taking these off is a different story. So I don't want to take these off willy-nilly because they might have blood on them or other bodily fluids that I just do not want to touch with my skin, and it would defeat the purpose of these gloves if I did have to come in contact with them. So when we're taking them off, the first glove, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the outside here, put 2 fingers down, and I'm going to slowly roll it inside out so that in theory, all of the bodily fluids are inside of this glove. I'm then going to take this and hold it with my other gloved hand. Now on this hand, I'm going to take 2 fingers and I'm going to slide them under the nitrile glove, so the part that was touching my skin, and very carefully, I'm going to roll this up, encasing the other glove in it, which forms a bag that I can then throw away. For more medical how-tos, check out the other videos in this series. Otherwise, you can follow me at PrepMedic on YouTube or on Instagram.
So guys, we're gonna have. Can somebody turn on the lights? Somebody turn on the lights. There we go. We're gonna have some guest instructors like PrepMedic right here on the Motorcycle Training Concepts channel. So make sure you guys swing on by youtube.com/motorcycle training concepts. PrepMedic is very smart, and he's gonna be doing a few videos. He's got 10 videos for us. Right now we got 5, so he's gonna be doing a little bit more. All right. So we actually got this up here. We got a podcast stage. So make sure you swing on by the Discord right now. Swing on by the Discord. Whew. Swing on by the Discord. Thank you for the chair. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Discord. It's the link way over there. Got my rescue kit. Rookies, go ahead and let everybody else out of the station. We're going to do our little radio show that we typically have at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. We're going to do this more often than not. So swing on by the Discord server. And I'm going to become a speaker. So we do have Tesla, JB Hunt, and everybody, Rainin and all thems inside right now, and I know you guys can hear me in the audience. So I have access to the crew text stage. There we go. Right there. How's everybody doing? So if you want to participate in this please join the Discord. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about 4 high-risk situations every motorcycle rider encounters. Okay? This is what we're going to be focused on. This is what we're going to talk about. So let me know if you want to be a part of this. So let's go ahead and start this up. Let's start the event. We have just started the event. So if you notice up here, it says events. And if you really want to see what it looks like, join the Discord. The Discord is absolutely free. Let's go ahead and do Discord. So while we're waiting for everyone else to kind of hop into here, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the poll. We have 238 people signed in and said, see, that's the thing. We have 238 votes, but only had 210 people liking the stream. Ay. All right, so we have 45% of them wanting DDFM HQ and then DDFM Crew Station. Discord is absolutely free. If you want to participate and still chat in here, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. I'm going to go ahead and change the pin, unpin. And here's what I'm going to do, everybody. Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the chat. I'm going to make it a members only chat starting now. So if you want to participate in here, because I'm going to be opening it up to some of the hazards you have witnessed that might have been a little bit different than what I discuss in the 4 high-risk situations. So to give you guys a heads up of the 4 high risk is roadway users, commuting, surface hazards, and speeding. We're going to talk about those 4. So if you have any others, get ready to raise your hand. Let's go ahead and put some music on while we're waiting for everybody. Raise your hand or let us know about a situation that involved one of those. All right. Nathan, I did not hit stop recording at all, so this is going to be like a 57 gigabyte file that you're going to have fun chopping up. All right? Sorry about that, by the way. Yeah, I know. It's always fun. All right, so if you... Oh. Spotify playback pause while transmitting audio. Okay. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I guess we can't have any of that. So we're going to go ahead and have this conversation now. So we're 10 minutes early. And I just wanted to talk about it. So this is going to be 4 high-risk situations every motorcycle rider encounters. Okay, we might have a part 2 to this. So let's just call this part 1. Okay. I've singled out some situations that have increased your risk while riding or will increase your risk while riding. I want you guys to recognize these problem scenarios before you encounter them. Okay, so I want to be able to help you be more prepared. So I'm going to be talking about some strategies to minimize risk that I have developed over time and then watching all these crashes and close calls on the YouTube channel. So we're going to be talking about 4 different high-risk situations every motorcycle rider encounters. And the first one is going to be other roadway users. This is going to be a huge one because we typically crash into other car drivers, other bicyclists, other motorcyclists, other pedestrians, all these different people. We tend to crash into them. The motorcycle is the vehicle that typically strikes an object in a motorcycle crash. It's typically not other roadway users hitting us. So I want you guys to be aware of that. So one of the most common traffic hazards that you will face is an oncoming driver that wants to turn left across you in an intersection. So when we talk about path of travel violation and watching the side of the vehicle and intersections or orange stages, because we need to be watching out for these types of situations. We need to be paying attention to that. These drivers are not out there to try and kill you. Most of them try their best to not get into a crash. So it's not their fault. They just don't see you. We talk about inattentional blindness. We talk about motion-induced blindness. We talk about how we are a small object, they're not looking for us. When it comes to inattentional blindness, it's because they don't recognize motorcycle riders. About 90 to 95% of roadway users are car drivers, other cars, other four-wheeled vehicles, other vehicles that have stability of having a left and a right tire. Motorcycle riders are narrow little objects that aren't typically seen. So it's not their fault. Try not to treat it like it's their fault. I understand they should be paying attention, but it's not always going to be the case. So I want you to approach intersections at a speed that surrounding drivers can easily judge. And we're going to talk about speeding a little bit later as a high risk. So if you ride towards the intersection at high speeds, very high speeds, you can expect to have a lot of close calls or a life-changing crash. And that means if you're hauling ass, you're not going to be able to perceive the threat in time. You're not going to be able to react to the threat in time. And then you're going to crash. So slowing it down before an intersection, being prepped and ready for that is extremely, extremely important, okay? So commuting. Now, commuting is going to be the problem for most motorcycle riders, especially on this channel and in the Discord. The commuting problem is because we typically do that. Our crew and what we do are typically not going to be the road racer type crew. Our crew is mainly from point A to point B as safe as possible. We're trying to get to work. We're trying to get to the grocery store. We're trying to get to where we need to go. And we just want to get there. We want to get there safely. So we're not hauling ass. We're not doing anything crazy, but we are using our motorcycle as a mode of transportation. We want to enjoy the motorcycle and get where we need to go. So making sure that we get there in a safe, making sure we get there safely, there you go, is going to be the major thing here. So when it comes to commuting, you're not the only one on the road trying to get somewhere. Okay, so if you're not the only one on the road trying to get somewhere, you have to realize if you try to do it the smart way, you left early, you're not hauling ass, you're not doing anything stupid, there's going to be people that left 5 minutes late trying to get there on time. Okay? So watch out for that. Pay attention to that. Make sure that you understand there's going to be other drivers out on the road doing some crazy, crazy things so that you are not going to be the one getting into a crash. The goal of what we're supposed to be doing is to be seen. So what we need to do is make sure that we are wearing our gear that is highly visible. We are using our high beams if we have to. We are presenting ourselves in the lane. And I want you to treat every ride from point A to point B as a practice session. Treat it as a practice session. Treat all situations as a new way to learn. So if you haven't witnessed a long line of cars and an open lane for you in a while, and all of a sudden you recognize that, boom, that's a great practice session. You're coming up to an intersection and you want to stage yourself off to the left or right so you don't get rear-ended by another vehicle. Now you have good line of sight and everything. That is a practice. Focus on what you can do at the time. If there's manhole covers in the way, go ahead and do nice little swerves around those manhole covers. Get yourself out of that situation, okay? Surface hazards are going to be a big thing, but before we jump into the surface hazards, make sure you guys join the Discord and enter the community stage channel. So if we can have a moderator do an at everybody in an announcement, maybe get some people in here so they can ask questions or participate after I get through all four. I'm on number 3, so let's see what we can do, okay? So surface hazards, think about that. So surface hazards can be anything on the road. It could be a 2x4 that fell off the back of a truck. It could be a mattress that fell off the back of a truck. It could be some debris that was blown off from the side. So you got leaves, you got snow, you got dirt, you got potholes, you got tar snake. It could be anything out on the road that is going to mess you up. The one thing that your tires love is going to be asphalt. So they want just pure, clean asphalt with some good aggregate. That's what your tires want. So if there's anything on the road, that's going to be taking away traction from you. So surface hazards are going to affect your steering, your braking, and even trying to ride straight. So you got to be very careful with that. Avoid those. This is where part of plan is to locate those hazards, the L in plan. And A is just adapting. We're just moving over. We're just kind of moving over different spots in the road to get away from all these different issues, okay? So we've all seen the common one of tar snakes, construction plates, those big metal plates that are covering up a hole in the middle of the road, railroad tracks, manhole covers, and fuel spills. Fuel, oil, and all that stuff really is going to be a big problem when it starts to rain. First 30 minutes of rain, you're going to have oil come up. and it's going to be right there to get you. So be very cognizant of when it starts to rain, when it snows, when it's windy, when there's hail. Now, we can talk about inclement weather another day, but the stuff that's actually on the ground after that inclement weather or during it is what I'm talking about here. So the best way to manage these hazards are just to avoid them. Try to get yourself away from them. We can't prevent every single one, but what we can do is learn how to go around it or even over it if we have to. So blip that throttle, lift that butt up, go over that 2x4 if you have to, because you couldn't swerve out of the way because it's stretched all the way across. Do your absolute best, okay? The next one that's going to be high risk for motorcycle riders, and I'm going to tell you this, you're going to encounter this. Too much speed. Too much speed. Now, too much speed could be anything. Too much speed for this corner might be 35. Too much speed for this corner might be 100. Too much speed for this straight line in this environment is 25 because we're in the neighborhood or downtown. But going in a straight line over here on the interstate is not going to be the problem. So we got to make sure that we are going the appropriate speed for the environment we're in. So that means slow speed needs to be slow, fast speed needs to be fast. Picking the middle, the Goldilocks speed is very important. So the goal is to ride in a way that reduces risks without eliminating the fun. Because I know a lot of you guys like the speed, right? So riding around at the posted speed limit might not be the most fun, but this gives you the visual distance needed to avoid the car coming out of the side of the road. So you have that side of the vehicle. If you're speeding, your skills might not be adequate for that hazard, okay? So make sure you're not going too fast because that's going to make you go wide in the corner. It's going to make it to where the person can't judge what speed you're doing, and you're going to have issues. And then too slow of a speed might be a problem when it comes to U-turns and stuff. It's pretty simple as that. So we just talked about 4 different hazards that every motorcycle rider is going to face, 4 high-risk situations. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up to everybody here. And if anybody wants to raise their hand and chat, go ahead and get on the Discord. We'll go ahead and add anybody here. Right now we got 5 people in the audience. We have 5 people in the audience. Now let's go ahead and let's go to lounge real quick. Let's go ahead and get an at everyone, Rainen. Let's do an at everyone. These are the times we're going to do at everyone to join it. So stage events, crew text. Well, I know, but I want an at everyone in the Discord. Just take a quick look at everything, making sure gang. We got the whole gang situation in the crew lounge. Been listening to metal for the past 2 hours and forgot about class. Woo-wee. Gang. There we go. Now we got an add everyone. So the now live bot works. Interesting. That's really cool. Now I don't have to post anything with the going live. Thick Tomato, I pinged you. Join the stage. So if anybody in the stage wants to raise their hand and be a part of the conversation, please do so. We are live. If nobody has anything, then when I press listen in, nothing happens. So, once again, I click the whole permissions thing. So let's go ahead and now it works. So I did exactly what Ven said to do, but now I clicked some things and made it work. All right, now everyone's joining. How's everybody doing today? So we talked about 4 high-risk situations. What we talked about was roadway users, commuting, surface hazards, and speeding. Now, what I would like to get is some information on if any of you have had that issue before. Have anybody here in listening in, I'm going to bring you up on stage if you want to raise your hand. Has there been an issue where a roadway user has been a problem? I would love to hear about your one story with it. Just go ahead and come up on stage. I'm going to say, hey, what's up? And you're going to be like, hey, what's up? And I'm going to be like, what's your story? And you're going to be like, okay, here's my story. And then you tell your story, and that's it. And yes, okay, Google, I know, I get it. Oh, okay, all right, doing it again. Jeez. So if you want to join, it says too many. We got 30 people listening. What's up, Casey? How you doing? Lots going on in here, fellow humans. Jose Vera. So for those of you that are in the community stage, swing by the community stage, everybody. And if you want to talk about an issue, there we go. We got MCC play. We're just going to bring the first one up. So as soon as you pop up, just go ahead and mention your story. Let me know what your name is. I did destroy the floodgates. There we go. What's up, MCC Play Us 06? How you doing? Oh, one second. Let me go ahead and... Hey-yo. How you doing? How you doing? Hey. Hey-yo. Oh, we lost one. All right. Sometimes the audio. So Tesla, invitation sent. Hey, thank you, Tesla. 44 people listening. What's up, Tesla? How you doing?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going good. So we're talking about some high-risk situations right now. It's like a roadway user thing. So have you had an issue with like a car, pedestrian, somebody on a bicycle, anything like that?
Well, like I said, I'm a newer rider, so we were riding around our subdivision of our house, so it's really close to home. We're in North Texas, so it's really hot usually, so we like to ride in the evening.
Okay.
And it's this place where everything washes out, and I didn't know that there was just a bunch of sand all over the road. It's like the same color as the concrete. And I'm turning into my subdivision, only going like less than 20 miles an hour, and my rear wheel just slips out, and that's the most terrifying experience.
Holy
Never had
crap.
it happen since I'm newer, and thankfully I kind of just straightened out, everything worked out, but that was just the scariest experience.
Oh man. So you had a road surface hazard issue with the gravel and everything.
Yeah.
Oh. How did that feel? I mean, afterwards when you found out everything was fine.
I mean, my heart was just racing, though. I mean, the whole time
Yeah.
close to home, I was like, I'm almost home. Like, why does this have to happen? But
You said you're a new rider. So how long have you been riding?
only for about 2 months now.
That's pretty good. You got some practice. You did some around the neighborhood and parking lot stuff. Did you take the MSF?
Absolutely, yeah.
Very good, man. Hey, I saw that you just joined, right? You just joined the Discord?
Yes.
Awesome. I want you to stay around and have a good time. I saw you just became a YouTube member. You get access to the crew lounge and all that stuff. Thank you for participating in this little stage channel thing. This is going to be a lot of fun in the future. It's fun for me now, but I can't wait to have some more topics for everyone to join in on. But I'm going to bring somebody else on. Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate
Oh, there he goes.
Hello.
Hey, Thanos, Mikey Thanos. So we have 4 high-risk situations. We had roadway users, commuting, surface hazards, and speeding. What have you had that was an issue?
Okay, so if anyone lives in South Carolina or has ever visited South Carolina, we have a lot of side roads that kind of go into emptiness practically.
Uh-huh.
So before I moved, I had a 45-minute commute to work every day, and practically the side roads here in South Carolina have like a lot of trees and or bushes or signs that completely block the vision for cars. or
Mhm.
even motorcycles at some points. And I've actually had a car pull out in front of me, and this is a 55-mile-per-hour zone. And I've practically had to hit the brakes pretty hard and downshift at the same time because, well, they can't see nothing because of trees and or this tall grass. Um, I've had that happen to me, and then yield signs. A lot of people don't pay attention to yield signs or stop signs, and I've had that happen as well.
So these roadway users are just not paying attention to anybody and or
Yeah.
anything. So how have you navigated that? I mean, it's you can't really convince them to pay attention to it. So how
Right.
did you get around that?
So of course, I just got my bike in May. So I'm a brand new motorcyclist as well, and I actually watched your videos before I bought my bike,
Oh,
just
sweet.
to see the caution signs and stuff like that. I absolutely love your videos, by the way.
Thank you.
Um, so practically, I think the best way to do about it was, know your roads and know your area pretty well. And try to figure out, if you know where a side road is, just start slowing down off the bat, even if you can't see or if you do see them, because you really can't trust people. I mean, you have to watch out for yourself. And if, like you've said in your videos, if you see a side of a car, just take it easy and not try to go faster and like that because anything can happen. So that's what I've had to do a lot of times.
Good. I put you on the spot because part of being a smart rider is teaching and mentoring and being able to explain what you currently do to avoid a bad situation. Sometimes it's not just about teaching somebody new. It's kind of like you're putting it out in words instead of thinking about it. And it's like a double note taking kind of thing. So like watching somebody do it is one set of notes, reading about it is another set of notes, writing it out is another set of notes, you actually speaking about it, the more notes you have, the easier it is to remember. So I wanted you to definitely instill those things. Those are all great tips for everybody else, but it seems like you have a good head on your shoulders when it comes to being a new rider, man.
Yeah, your videos have helped out a lot. Also, by the way, I do want to say this: no matter what color your bike is, please do not think that's going to help you being visual. Like, I have a Benelli 302S, and it's completely green to like the max, and people still have issues. So, for anyone who's new, please do not think the color of your bike's going to help.
Yeah,
Please.
they still won't see it. They won't see an ambulance or a fire truck or a police car. It's just the way it is. But hey, man, thank you so much for letting us know one of these situations that you dealt with. Car drivers are pretty dumb, so I appreciate it. Hope you
Oh,
stick around the Discord.
oh yes, of course. Thank you for letting me join.
All right, man. I'll see you later. Hey, Frogfin5, how you doing? Effin, okay. How you doing? We have four high risk situations that we're talking about today, and it's just basically roadway users, commuting, surface hazards, and speeding. If you have a situation or a story you'd love to tell about those four, or if there's something else that we didn't talk about that is a hazard, let us know because we want to learn. All right, it's your chance.
Absolutely. There are this goes back into what the both previous people have talking about. Most accidents happen within about a mile of your own house. The reason being is that everybody's, they're tired after a long drive, all this stuff, and using your examples as an example for here, when people are closer to home, they just end up going into white stage and they just don't pay attention. And it's important to always be in the yellow stage no matter how close to your house is. Because a buddy of mine, I used to ride with him about last year. Buddy of mine ended up getting hit by a car. There was traffic, so that was also another thing. They were doing traffic where they had to move the lanes over into the oncoming lane traffic and basically make it into two single lane traffics, both one going both ways. And my buddy was making a left turn, and I guess the other person who came and hit him thought that was just a continuous lane, and that was about he maybe was out for like 2 minutes before that happened.
Oh man.
So yeah, I mean he's perfectly fine. His bike is RIP, but you know, like even it really doesn't even matter what you're driving. Like even like I have an e-bike. It's a motorcycle style e-bike, but still it's still one of the things you need to watch out for is to
Yeah.
always be in yellow stage.
Why do you think, like outside of this situation, but why do you think most accidents happen near the house, whether you're finishing your ride or drive or you just starting?
Going back to what I said before, everybody just ends up being in white stage. They just aren't completely paying attention. They might not have fully woken up yet.
Mm-hmm.
They might have been tired after a long day, and they just feel like they know the road so well that they don't need to pay attention as much as they probably should
Yeah.
because
And
they've been around it so much.
what do you think you should do? Let's say, for one example, is you're leaving the house now, and so like the white stage when you leave the house and you're barely getting out of the neighborhood. What do you think you can do before you even leave the house that could hopefully put you in the mindset to stay in yellow stage? Or what do you do, by the way?
Well, one thing would be to wear gear. If you're just leaving and like you just woke up a little while ago, don't leave as soon as you woke up. Get some time to be fully cognitive, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Oh, go ahead and keep going.
and just basically try not to go into that yellow stage where you just kind of zone out.
Yeah. And it's hard to figure out like when you actually zone out. It takes you like a couple or at least it takes me a couple seconds to get back into the mode of zoning in. And it happens to me every so often. But I'm glad you pointed out the gear thing. So with my situation and what I've done in the fire service is before you go into a house fire, you have your crew. Okay, so it's your captain, your engineer, maybe if he's not on the pump, and another firefighter. So the four of you typically. 3 to 4, depending. Before you even go into the house that's on fire, where it's a very hazardous situation, we check each other. We check our gear. I make sure that the hood of my captain is fully inside his jacket, so no steam can get inside, no fire, no hot gases. Making sure he actually has his gloves on, making sure his seal looks good, making sure he has. I'm making sure everyone's really good, and I know that they're doing that for me. There's things that we can't see, but that kind of puts us in that mindset that we are entering a dangerous situation. Let's zone in. We're actually going to orange stage the whole time we're in there. What I do is I translate that to motorcycle riding is that I'm not going to get on the motorcycle unless I have gear. And it's not because, well, it's down the road. I'll just put on, just my helmet. No, it puts me in the mindset of safety and it forces that to before I even get on the motorcycle. So I'm glad you mentioned gear because that is really going to jumpstart your yellow stage. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
And honestly, even for somebody else, if you're riding with other people, even doing that for them will get them into that mindset as well.
Yep. I love it, man. Thank you so much for letting us know. Remember, everybody, neighborhoods. I mean, yeah, I tell you to practice in them, but that means because you're practicing. We're not just kind of zoning out and having a great time, which we are, but we're not zoned out. All right. So thank you, Frog FN. Right? It's FN, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's not FNF. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Deadpool, how you doing?
Pretty good.
So for situations, have you had any type of hazardous situation happen to you?
So with mine, it was actually the day that I bought my bike.
Uh-huh.
Driving it home, and I had a teenage girl on her cell phone come speeding up behind me, and luckily I saw her, but she sped up behind me just enough that I didn't feel comfortable. And just getting the bike, I didn't want to dump it, but she goes around me, damn near clips my front wheel, and that was it, being a new rider and new bike, not familiar with it. Let my clutch out just that much too quick and dumped the bike right there.
Yeah, that's
it
Go ahead.
boggled me.
The fact that she did that, or that you dumped the clutch and
Just the fact that she did that, and then also getting my bearings from dumping the bike and figuring out what was going on.
mm-hmm. Man, that's you can't really anticipate any driver doing something like that. Whether they're teenage, on their phone or whatnot. Um, you just got to be careful. I mean, the best thing you could possibly do is wear gear, right? I mean, hopefully they don't hit you, but if they did, hopefully it's not going to be that crazy damage on your body. It sucks that it happened on your first day, right? It happened your first day.
Right.
Yeah. Did that mess with your confidence a little, or you doing pretty fine?
It did mess with my confidence a bit, but I just got the bike up, got back on, and kept riding. And then 2 weeks later, another incident happens where the bike physically broke down in the middle of the road and I blew a head gasket.
Oh no.
And it's like, well, just throw me right into the thick of it.
We might talk about gear or motorcycle maintenance in a future one. Hopefully, that's never a high risk for anybody else. But yeah, that definitely can cause an issue for you while you're in the middle of riding. Hey, man, I appreciate you sharing your story with us about that teenage driver, and it sucks it happened on your first day, but you're in the right place on the Discord to hang out with some really cool people and talk about safety. I appreciate you letting us know, man. Thank you so much. No 10.
Gang.
Gang. What happened? What happened with you? A high risk situation.
I got two of them.
All right.
Number one is something that's you talk about a lot is your line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
It's especially important with like trucks and SUVs, vans, and just larger vehicles.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Most of the time on bikes, we're taller than most like little cars, so we can see around them or above them or something like that. With trucks and SUVs, you can't.
No.
So you got to make sure you really keep your distance when you're around trucks, SUVs, semis, big vans, all that stuff. You just got to keep your distance because you don't know what's in front of them, what's happening in front of them, because you can't see beyond them. Even if you do have a solid following distance, you still cannot see beyond those large vehicles.
Yeah, and then if you're that close, or even if you're far away and can't see, you have to really make judgment off of what that vehicle is going to do. Hopefully, have a good space cushion so you can actually do something. But if you're super close and no line of sight, woo-wee, that's a scary situation. That's what I don't want people doing.
Looking for trouble.
Oh yeah. So you said you had two though. Let me know what another one is.
The second one is something they actually tell me at work with our fleet trucks. It's stale green lights. You're to a green light that's been green for a while.
Oh yeah.
Your confidence for that green to stay green is very low. So those greens, you see it, if you're like, oh, it's green, and you're like in that weird distance of I might be too close to stop, or am I too far away? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. That was something that I always paid attention to when I was driving the ambulance, because I would have a patient in the back, and you don't want to turn yellow red, and you have to like apply the brakes too hard, and the patient, the paramedic are in the back, and they get like launched around. So before like any of those situations, and I definitely when I'm applying the brakes, if it was like a very abrupt one, I would yell out, hard brake, and then they would kind of prepare for it. But I would only do that if like I absolutely needed to. So like on those stale green lights, I would approach those stale green lights with almost like going a little bit slower, almost like rolling off the throttle, getting ready for the brakes, and just waiting till the last second to finally accelerate through. But yeah, man, those aren't fun on motorcycles.
That's what they tell us to do with our work trucks, and it happened to me on my Grom. A light was green, and I was like, oh, we're chilling, and then it turns yellow, and I'm like, I'm not stopping because I can't. It's either lock up the brakes or just keep it pushing, So I just had to keep going, and I wound up running the red light by like, I don't know, a half second maybe.
Oh man, well that's fine. And I've ran reds before, or I get into the intersection, and as soon as I pass that line, it turns red. And I always tell myself, if a cop always pulled me over, or if he pulled me over, I would just let him know, hey, it was unsafe for me to apply the brakes at that time. I'll take the ticket, but I'm just happy to be alive, and I'll just say stuff like that, and hopefully
Yeah.
they never do anything. I never had that issue yet, but that's what I would say.
And that also goes for when your light turns green if you're in front of the line.
Yep. Don't rush out.
Turns green, don't just go.
Green doesn't always mean go. It just means you can.
Exactly, because you
I
don't
love
know if
saying
somebody's
phrases
gonna
like
come
that.
flying through.
Yep, definitely. Well, hopefully nobody has that issue. We've seen it a few times on the live streams. Hopefully nobody in the Discord has had that issue. If anybody is listening to this and they are in the Discord and they had the issue of accelerating in after the green and almost getting clipped, please let me know. But no 10, thank you so much for hopping on stage. We now have Marine Zombie. I don't know why I gave you an accent, but how you doing?
What's up?
How you doing?
Pretty good. I just got off work.
Oh, okay. Did you ride home?
Yes, I did. I sold my car after I got my bike.
Ooh, committed 100%.
Yeah, all in. One thing I wanted to share about, like I guess a near crash that I had. I think it was yesterday actually. I was driving to meet a buddy up State Street in Salt Lake, and I was in white stage. I wasn't really paying attention what was happening to my like right side. I was on the left lane, and all of a sudden I see the car in front of me. I had a good space cushion, but I see the car in front of me. They turned on their left blinker, so I started like easing off the throttle, right? And I assumed they were gonna get into the turning lane, but they just like flat out slammed the brakes. And I didn't know what was going on my right side, so I kind of panicked and I slammed my brakes. And I think by the end of it, I was about like a foot away, maybe, from just running into the back of them. It was pretty spooky.
You didn't collide at all?
No, I did lock up my brakes for like a split second. Right when I heard them screeching, I let up. But
hey, that's
spooked me.
I call that a win. I mean, if you didn't hit anything and you didn't get hit and nobody got hurt, and yeah, it's a little scary. You know, you got to check your pantalones on that one, but that's a win. It's a good learning example. And I'm glad you shared it with us because then everybody else gets to hear it.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you locked up those brakes, so you said you released them. Now, did you learn that somewhere?
No, so I just heard my tires screech and I just immediately let off. It's happened to me a few times, but right when I hear a screech, I just fucking let go of that shit. But
all right, exactly.
Yeah, another thing. So on Sunday, 2 days ago, I actually got into a crash. Not with anybody else, but I was just driving with like four of my buddies, and we were going up a canyon. And I actually posted this in the Discord, but I was going around like sort of like a U-turn, like a 20-mile-an-hour U-turn, basically. And I started turning, and the turn was going well. I was leaning pretty hard into it. And so I started to give it some throttle, but I didn't realize the turn got even sharper. So I started, going out towards the edge, and I thought, okay, I'm going to drive off the road right now. So I don't know. I think if I would have committed, I wouldn't have crashed, but I ended up just standing the bike up and just applying the brakes as hard as I could. And right when I got into like the gravel, I let off the brakes, but I was going a little bit too fast and I just ended up laying the bike down. But
nothing bad happened to you though, like nothing bad, right?
No, like I felt completely fine. If I had riding pants with a knee pad, like I wouldn't have felt anything at all. I think I just hit my like knee on the bike, but I was all good. So
that's good. I'm glad nothing crazy happened. Hey, Marine Zombie, I hope you have a great night after your work. When it comes to the speeding, I appreciate you sharing the story with us. I can't wait to do more of these. Hopefully nobody has a lot of crashes. So Marine Zombie, hope you're doing fine. Hopefully no one has a lot of crashes so we don't have to keep doing the crash ones, because I do want to get to a point where we talk about some fun adventures. So maybe that will be the next thing we'll talk about. Maybe that could be something we can put as a request with the community council here on the Discord. I think that'd be kind of cool. But when it comes to that speeding thing, Muppet, I got you. I know. One second. I'll ask real quick. When it comes to that speeding thing, the thing is with that corner, it's not necessarily that you went too fast. It's the road definitely turned a little bit sharper than you anticipated, but that speed, that initial speed you went in with, that is something that you're used to, that you're capable of doing. You've done it before. It's just that all of a sudden the turn was a little sharper than normal. And yeah, maybe that's the factor, but here's the thing, we can't control the turn. We can't control the earth, we can't control the corner that's coming up, but what we can control is the speed leading to the turn, especially on an area that we're unfamiliar with. Or even something that just kind of gives you that gut feeling of maybe this is a little too fast. So the main thing here is to be 100% safe, or as close to that as possible, is to just slow your speed down just a little bit before the turn, and then when you actually can see your exit, go ahead and throttle a little bit out so you can get out of there. But I'm glad it was just a little knee thing because it tapped the tank or tapped the bike, and it wasn't a major injury. But once again, wearing gear, like he said, would have helped out with that. But Muppet, okay, now we have you on the stage. What happened to you?
Okay, yes, hello. So I kind of two things because I want to add a semi fifth real quick.
Let's do it.
Would be so if you making modifications to your bike, don't immediately go on a big old ride like I
Yep.
recently did with a bike you're familiar with, the Nightster.
Yep.
I put some Riser MX bars on there. My first ride on them was on Sunday and just quick little jaunt over to the grocery store to pick up some stuff that I needed for culinary school, but it was maybe a couple of miles, and it was a good thing it was only a couple of miles, like max speed being maybe 35,
Mm-hmm.
because turns out my throttle cables are a bit loose. There's a bit too much free play in the throttle, and it felt kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm glad it was just that, but that's just, if you make a change to your bike, it's gonna handle a little bit different. It's gonna feel a little bit different, and you either gotta adapt to it by doing slower speed stuff, or you gotta, fix it if it's something that it's not safe or not okay.
Yeah, definitely.
But
So I'm gonna throw this back on you. What would you recommend somebody do after they modify their bike?
so, what I'd recommend is uh, full gear, obviously. Just
Okay.
take it, around the block. Keep it kind of slow. Make sure if you do anything with your brakes before you go, make sure you at least have pressure in your brakes. Kind of just like roll it around in neutral and make sure that the brakes at least kind of grab.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it under 25, 35. And, you know, also wear sunglasses or glasses and keep your face shield open to smell for anything weird or listen for any weird sounds.
That's a great suggestion. I didn't even think of that. You still got your eye protection, but you can smell now. Good one.
Yeah. But
No, those are all great tips, and it's basically just removing as many factors as possible from when you modified your bike. You know, making sure your bike has pressure in the brake lines. You're not going super fast. Maybe doing an area that's less hazardous. Time of day might play into it, but the smell, I didn't even think of that. I mean, yeah, definitely do that, and then have eye protection so you're not getting blinded. Hey,
yeah,
those are all good.
I
Really
do.
good.
I do also have okay, I might be a bit late, but I do
No, you're good.
I mean, the short version of kind of two scenarios where kind of the same thing happened under a panic braking situation. The first time it happened was it was a kind of new road to me, and it was one of those situations where oncoming car turning cross traffic. It was kind of in like that kind of gray area where it's like you don't know if you can slow down in time or if you're gonna have to stop. You don't know if they see you or not. You don't know if they think they have enough space or time to make the turn or not. They made the turn. I made the decision. I'd rather not plow into the side of the car, panic braked, and I mean, you know how the
Oh yeah.
how the
How it
Sportsters
looks.
are with their brakes.
Yeah.
The rear brake specifically locked that one up.
Oh yeah.
That one I locked up way. Locked it up way hard that time, and it got squirrely, fishtailed. Like, luckily, kind of threw my legs off the pegs, so I wasn't holding the brake anymore, and it luckily kind of stabled and straightened out. Kind of had a little internal yelling freak out about it, but I mean, I survived.
Yeah, I'm not laughing at you because it's. I mean, I've been there before too with my
Yeah.
Sportster. So
You gotta. I mean, you kind of gotta just. I don't know. I guess roll with the punches.
yeah.
But I kind of learned a lesson to be a bit more careful with my rear brake. Which, I mean, like, outside of emergency braking, I don't really use my rear brake. It's pretty much all front brake if I'm slowing down, unless I'm doing the slow speed stuff and I'm just dragging it or starting on a hill.
Yep. You utilize the part of the bike that it's basically used for. You got a lot of stopping power with that front brake, and then you can use that rear brake for slow speed stuff, and you probably get away with that. Yeah, that's good. All right, man. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Carpe Nocte. Hopefully I said that right. I say weird things. No, I appreciate you letting me know your stories, and I like to throw it back on you guys because, like I said, it's gonna make you think about what it is that you actually did and cause you to really ingrain the remedy that you created. So, did I say your name right? Carpe Nocte?
Carp is fine.
I know.
That's completely fine. Okay, so first of all, I'm from Denmark, so English is not my native language. Just if something sounds weird. But I kind of have two things now because you were talking about almost getting clipped when it's green for you and not for the rest. And the funny thing is, that story happened earlier today. So for me, it's 2 a.m. almost.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I was going. I had some time between classes at school, and I was just thinking, okay, I can go for a ride. And it was actually a ambulance driver that almost clipped me.
Oh, wow.
So in Denmark, we have some weird rules with when emergency vehicles have their sirens on. They can run a red light if the road is clear for them. Else they need to stop and wait for it to be clear.
Yeah.
So I hear a siren and I look for it, but I don't see any lights. So I'm thinking, okay, that might be further into the city because sounds really travel where I live. And then all of a sudden, I sit in the middle of the intersection waiting to take a turn, and it's still green for me. And then I just hear the sirens getting louder, look to my right, and just see an ambulance almost just maybe, I think it's about 80 kilometers an hour. That's about 60 miles per hour, I think. Almost hitting me. And I have an A1 license, which means that my bike has around 11 horsepower. And it's a 125. So I end up going in first gear because I was moving a bit slow to wait for the traffic to clear up for me to take the turn. So I moved to first gear and then just go straight ahead, almost hitting another car to get out of the way for the ambulance.
Oh yeah. That's
So-
Oh, keep going.
So it's just that what happened was that I also dumped the clutch, which meant that I went up on the back wheel alone. I'm just surprised that I could actually hold it down.
Yeah. I mean, with the 125cc, it's probably what saved you on that part. We kind of have the same thing when it comes to emergency vehicles going through red lights, where I'm at least, where if it's red, we have to slow down to a stop and then look both ways, and then we're able to go after that if it's free and clear. But we have to actually follow the same road rules. It's not recommended to go 10 over, and if we do, honestly, I think there's a thing where the cops could pull us over, but they obviously wouldn't because we're on their way to an emergency call, but they would pull us over if we were being reckless during that driving too. So we still had to follow the rules. But plowing through it was an intersection at like 60 miles per hour. You said 80 kilometers an hour, roughly, you think?
Yeah, and city kilometers is 50 kilometers an hour, which is around 30 miles per hour, I think.
Yeah, that's
Something like
they shouldn't have done that. And you're very lucky that you didn't get hit. I mean, using the auditory is something that I don't really have because I have hearing buds and then what was it? Hearing protection in when I'm riding, and I don't typically am able to pinpoint where vehicles are like that. Um, but that's good to know. I didn't really think like I needed to hear it because I just constantly looking around. But you wouldn't be able to see that, especially at that speed, and especially like if it's at night. So I'm just glad that you're okay. I'm glad you're able to get yourself out of that situation, even with a smaller bike. What bike do you have, by the way?
I have a Yamaha YBR.
Oh.
So it's a small bike. It weighs around 105 kilos. So not the heaviest, but I mean, it accelerated good enough for me to get out of the situation. But I think as soon as I hit the fourth gear, I don't really accelerate at all.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're okay and you didn't get hit and plowed at that speed. But yeah, hang out in the Discord and have a great time, man. I'm watching the community stage text right now, so if you want to chit chat in there, I'm looking at it also and seeing what Deb and Peter K and Marine Zombie and everybody else is talking about. So I'll see you in there, man.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome. Vroomba. Did I say it right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
How you doing? Did you have a high risk situation?
Yeah, I did actually. Pretty much June 2019. Picked up Mark 1 Bandit 600 that morning. Started overheating. It was about 27, 28 degrees C. Where it's air cooled, started overheating and everything. So I pulled over into a little side road down the side of the airport around the corner from my house. Let it cool down for about 10, 15 minutes. Went away again. Like obviously yellow stage because of like keeping an eye out, making sure there was like clear ways that I can pull off if I needed to stop or anything due to the overheating. I was doing about 18 mile an hour, 20 mile an hour limit. Got hit in the back at 60.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Oh. Snapped the bike in two. Broke my left foot, right hip, 2 vertebrae, right collarbone. Messed my hand up to the point where I still can't feel it. Fractured my skull and got frontal lobe damage.
Holy crap.
Yeah. It was a nasty one.
How are you doing now?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad. Other than the hand, you said you don't have feeling in your hand, right?
Yeah, other than not feeling being able to feel my hand properly, it's all good. But yeah, that was pretty bad because it's annoying because I had my mirrors stolen while I was at work, so I didn't see him coming behind me.
Who steals a mirror?
It was a drunk driver on their phone.
Oh no, yeah, that will do it. I was gonna say, like, how do you hit somebody that fast with? I mean, obviously not paying attention, but drunk driving on the phone.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Doing 3 times the speed limit.
Yeah, definitely. So you were doing the speed limit because you said you were doing like 20, right?
Yeah, I was doing about 18, 20 on a 20 limit.
And he was doing 60?
Yeah, hit me in the back at 60. Then
holy crap.
snapped the bike in two, wrote the car off. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Messed me up pretty badly. Got airlifted to hospital.
So you said you got broken vertebrae and then your hip?
Two vertebrae, fractured my skull, broke my left ankle and right hip.
And
it was messed up.
You still have full function of your legs?
Yeah, very.
That's great.
The doctors originally didn't think I'd be able to walk again properly.
So yeah, because a hip fracture is insane.
Yeah. So because basically what happened, got hit in the back. Me and the bike done a front flip. as the bike went to do a second flip, I got launched about 25 feet in the air, landed on my spine, and slid down the road.
Holy crap!
Yeah, just to give you an idea on the impact force on the floor, you know the Shoei Neotech flip front helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of them. It split the whole way through on the whole back of the helmet up to the right, just before the top center. The helmet just split straight up the middle.
And you still had a skull fracture though, was it?
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep bringing up like this terrible event that you went through. I'm just very interested in the medical side of it at this point. So a skull fracture, was it a depression? Like, did it go inside, or was it just a crack, or was? Do you know?
Big crack straight across.
Oh man.
Yeah, it went kind of diagonally down to the right.
Okay.
For like
So you,
top left down to bottom right sort of thing.
Where do you think your head hit? Do you think like the hood, or?
Honestly, I don't really remember. The only reason I know what happened is because someone was driving towards me at the time, and they caught it all on dash cam.
Oh, they got it on dash cam.
Yeah.
Oh, did they get the drunk driver?
Yeah, they did. Luckily.
Good.
Ended up getting prosecuted, 18 months in prison.
Well, yeah, that's freaking life-altering, almost vehicular manslaughter at that point.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I'm glad that you're doing great now, or as best as you possibly can, obviously. And you're
just to prove. Sorry to cut you off. Just to prove the doctors wrong. As soon as I was out the wheelchair, I went straight and got another bike.
What'd you get?
From a Bandit 600 to Suzuki GSXF 750. I think over in America it's called the Katana.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna get a nice vehicle.
600 to one of them. Yeah. Yeah. I went for a slightly bigger one because the way I was looking at it is, if I don't get back on a bike soon, I won't.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went as soon as I could, straight out, bought another bike, and still riding now.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your story, because honestly, if you didn't have a helmet on, even a Shoei, because Shoeis are nice, like really nice. Yeah. If you didn't have a helmet on, you wouldn't be here right now.
No. That's why I refuse to get on the bike unless I've got full gear.
Thank you for sharing that story, because hopefully some people will hear this and will be like, "Hey, I'm wearing gear because I don't want that to happen to me." So you might be saving some lives with that story, man.
Yeah. Well, if you want, I can try get the dash cam for it if you want to use it for one of your videos or whatever.
If you have it,
so I can.
Yeah, if you have it, can you send it to Rainin? She's on. You can see it says DDFM Creative Team, and send it to Rainin, and then we'll take a look at it.
I'm still in contact with the people that helped me, that got the footage. I'll see if they've still got it. If they have, I'll get it sent over for you.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem, mate. Have a good day.
You too. Scott the Prussian Rash. I love trying to do stuff. What was it?
2 A's is an ah.
2 A's is an R. So it's basically 2 R's.
It's a ra ah.
Oh, rar? Rar.
Patrick Wah. It's Scott Rosh.
Anyways, this is how we start the conversation. Good icebreaker. Mine's pretty easy, DanDanTheFireman. But yeah, anyways, what happened to you? There's some high risk situations.
Oh yeah. Well, the biggest one that comes to mind was when I first started riding some 14 years ago. Just got the bike, was riding it home from the dealership. It was a 04 Buell Firebolt 12DXR. I think that's what they called it. Yeah. And so 1200, it was basically a Sportster engine.
Okay.
So I was riding it home. I was 55 and things were going good. I figured, I took the MSF course. I can ride this bike. Famous last words.
Mm-hmm.
Went to slowed down for a corner. It was actually a T intersection. Was turning right, and as I got into the intersection, I started to slide sideways. And so, of course, I panicked and locked up the brakes and ended up doing a Superman off the bike.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I hit a soft shoulder hit face first and then rolled. I had a textile jacket, gloves, helmet, boots on, but regular jeans.
Uh-huh.
So my knee took off one of the mirrors on my bike.
Okay.
So I still got a scar from that. So now I have moto jeans with knee pads in them.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there it is.
there was dirt and grass stuck up under the visor. So if I wasn't wearing a helmet, my face would have been gone. I still got the helmet. I had decided I was going to save that.
Yeah, that's a trophy at that point.
And then and then I was wearing. The thing with me is I was wearing short cuff gloves and a textile jacket. The jacket slid up on my right arm, so I ended up getting first degree road rash on my right forearm. So now I wear gauntlets just so the jacket stays put.
Yeah, gauntlet gloves are really good because it obviously offers more protection on that wrist. I have like short cuffed ones just because it's so freaking hot here.
Yeah.
But that is like a risk I'm taking, right? So it's so you went Superman and you hit your leg on the mirror, right?
On the bike mirror, yeah.
The bike mirror, and it caused you to have damage to your leg from just the bike mirror?
Oh yeah, it ripped open the jeans, and then I had a really good avulsion gouge into my kneecap.
Yeah.
And mirror
Holy
broke
crap.
off. Yeah.
It's just from the mirror. Typically, mirrors, like, you drop your bike and the mirror just kind of folds. Like, it's just, like, the weakest
no,
thing on there.
I snapped it off.
Oh, so it probably cut, like, through.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Well, now you got a helmet that has a trophy, and then now you definitely have full gear, though, right?
Well, yeah. And then the thing is, it's taken me, because after that, I only rolled, it took about $300 to get in parts to get the bike back and running again. Those Buells are bulletproof. I mean, there really wasn't anything other mechanical. Most of it was cosmetic. But I only rode it a couple times after that. The PTSD hit me and I just couldn't ride it. So it took me up until now to finally get another bike. So I went and got I got that CBR F3, so I got a 600 Super Sport.
Yep. You upgraded. You keep upgrading.
Yeah, I did. With no electronic nannies on it. So it's all mechanical, carbureted even. So I'm actually developing actual riding skills. One thing I have to say about the helmet though, so I had a 100 at the time. It was like 2004. I bought it was $150 for a Bell helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this time I got a Bell Star Deluxe helmet with
those are nice.
The photo gray visor and extra wide view. What really impressed me about the helmet is that Bell's got this new composite system that is fiberglass, aramid, and carbon fiber mix. It's a proprietary mix for the shell.
Okay.
And it also has a MIPS system so that the helmet spins on your head and won't turn your head sideways and break your neck if you hit sideways.
Yeah, I'm interested with the MIPS. I see it starting to come. It kind of started from mountain biking, and it's starting to be translated to motorcycle riding. And I agree with the rotational forces causing a lot of brain injuries because that's what it's trying to solve is the rotational forces. But it seems like some of the bigger manufacturers aren't really jumping into it, which I don't know why they're not doing that. Maybe it's because MIPS is actually its own company. It's a patented type thing, and maybe they don't want to work. I mean, maybe the licensing is whatever. But I'm wondering how they are solving the problem of rotational forces because that's what can kill you. You can have like the smallest crash, but if your brain sloshes around too hard, that can kill you or cause you to have a brain injury.
Especially if you're low side because your head's going all kinds of different ways off the ground as you're sliding.
Yep. So I don't know what they're doing, but hopefully they're doing something correct. I believe the new FIM standard involves a little bit of rotational forces, but I don't know how they're testing for that. I have to look more into that though.
Yeah,
but
I know the ECE. I think they test some of that too.
Yeah, I think they started doing that like this year, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Now
Yeah.
I got the Snell just because next year because I was gonna wait till I really get to know this bike, bit comfortable on it.
Mm-hmm.
But next year I'm gonna take a road racing course up at Brainerd here in Minnesota and start doing some track days. So I wanted a snow helmet so I could go on track.
Yep.
But yeah, and then what was it? Well, today I was going around storm debris in the road. Some of our side roads here because we had a storm go through this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did have one intersection story quick. I was on it's a 40-mile-an-hour road, but it's a 4-lane, 2 in each direction. So there was so we're at a stoplight. I turned green, waited a few seconds, and I started to go with the rest of the traffic. I was in front in the left lane, and this older lady, and coming from the right, decided to make a right turn on a red. But rather than going into the first right lane, she went all the way across in front of me, and turned into the far lane. And yeah, fortunately, all I had to do was throttle down and let her go ahead. But I was like, really? You're gonna do that?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. It's so weird. It's like I've tried to justify and figure out why people do things, and a lot of it just comes down to the fact that people just do things. So it's like what it is that I can do that will solve the problem they create for me, and I think that's been really good for my own mental health in different areas. Is it's like just accept the fact that people do stupid things. Yeah, people just do things, Zaraza, and you just have to find the solution for it. And it's just really that's what it comes down to.
Absolutely. That's when I was a paramedic for a while. That's you always wonder, you're on an accident scene. Okay, am I going to get killed in the accident scene today, or am I going to be able to save this patient? And now I'm in corrections, so I see these what the heck are you thinking people every day.
Yep, that's exactly it. I'm glad that I'm not in EMS anymore, but the bad thing is I keep seeing all these crashes, and I still have the same problem. Hey man, I appreciate you coming on here. It's 4:53 p.m., so I think I have time for just one more person. If nobody is available, I can definitely chit chat for a couple minutes, and then I gotta get going. But hey, how do you say it again? Rash? Oh, he's gone. Rarsh. How you doing, Moon?
Hey,
How
Dad,
you
can you hear
doing?
me?
I can hear you. Is that a black lab, by the way?
Yes, he is, dude. He's an English lab.
English lab. Okay.
Yeah. So I think you're asking to let you know if someone's been clipped entering an intersection, and I have.
Oh, okay,
Actually,
perfect. Well, not perfect.
yeah,
I
I
don't
was
want. I
actually,
don't want.
yeah, I was looking at the emails to figure out when it was. It was in 2019 September. Uh,
Okay.
all I remember was that it was a Saturday, and I'd gotten off work, and I figured I'd go for a ride. And I went to some local twisties, and I was on my way back. And I'll try to paint a clear picture here. I was coming down the street. It's 2 lanes, and people usually do 55, 60-ish coming down because it's pretty empty.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a red light at first, and there was cars in the left lane, and the right lane was empty. And so I was approaching this red light, probably slowing down. I'm not sure. I was still a ways off, but it turned green, and so I started to accelerate again. But coming from the other direction, a lady was waiting to take a left turn, and she
Mm-hmm.
tried to beat the traffic that was leaving the light that had just turned green. Like she tried to
Oh.
just go first. I don't know if she wanted to go home quicker or what, but so anyway, I couldn't see her start the turn, so I was just coming in. And by the time I saw her, it was just too late. And so I hit the brakes. I want to say I was probably doing 50, maybe a bit more. And I crashed into her car, like right where the front windshield kind of goes up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I found the receipt that so I'm not mechanically inclined. I couldn't fix it myself or anything, but I found the receipt
Me
of
neither. Don't worry.
what it all cost. So I can put that in the stage text. It was like
So when
2,200, and the worst part was that she didn't have insurance at the site at the scene. She told me she had insurance, and even after the fact, she was insisting that she had insurance, but it turns out she didn't have insurance, and so I ended up paying 2.2K out of pocket to fix everything. And yeah,
that sucks. When you said you hit the upper edge of like the front
like right where
windshield.
the windshield starts to go up, and like you have like basically the end of the hood, I guess, is where I hit
Okay.
the car. Yeah.
Did you get injured?
Yeah. So I was wearing my jacket, my gloves, and my helmet. Actually, the funny thing is, I was riding with my visor up because I was on the way back, and thinking about it now, what you said in the last couple of videos or whenever about having your visor up and getting your face crushed, I'm lucky that didn't happen because I remember I smacked into like the front of her car and I kind of rolled over her hood
Uh-huh.
and I landed on my leg somehow and I got road rash on my right leg. And yeah, it was definitely painful. I went to the doctor, nothing was broken, but it was like pretty painful. He said it was like a bone bruise or something. Uh
Holy crap.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was
bone
okay though
bruises. Yeah,
that was
bone
okay for
bruises
the most
feel
part.
like breaking him
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's pretty bad. But yeah, no, for the most part I was okay. My helmet kind of got destroyed. The visor popped off, pretty scratched up. I was bleeding a little bit, but nothing too serious. I actually rode the bike home like a dumbass. And then I rode it to
I'm
the
not
dealership to get
I'm
it
I'm sorry, I keep
fixed. So
laughing.
no, it's
Um
fine. It's no worries.
um I just see and I can't compare the two, but for some reason I put two and two together I don't know why, but when I watch these crashes, I just imagine them getting on their bike when you said that and just taking off after like they went down the mountain. So yeah, see, you're laughing too.
They're trying to get me to go to the hospital. I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm gonna go home. I know. I was pissed, and the fact that she told me she had insurance was what calmed me down.
Mhm.
And then to find out that she didn't have insurance. So the advice I have to people is to get the uninsured driver insurance because I didn't have
Mhm.
that. So yeah.
Yeah, uninsured and underinsured is I think it's mandatory some places. I think maybe in Arizona.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely if it's an option and they're like you don't need it, it's yeah,
Yeah.
you should get it because
Yeah.
it's gonna
So
save
what I
you.
wanted to add was you're always calling out the sides of vehicles, and I've definitely been noticing them more since I've noticed you saying that. But
Mhm.
if you're filtering or even like just respect the side of the vehicle, especially if they're parallel to you, like don't pass them super fast. As long as you slow down as you're approaching a side of the vehicle, even if you're filtering, it's funny, you can realize who doesn't see you at all because as soon as you pull up next to where they can see you, they'll swerve off to the right and give you more space. They don't realize how much space you actually have.
Yeah.
So like when you filter, just take it slow. And when there's gaps in traffic too, just slow down. Like if there's distance between cars, you never know. Like that pedestrian in the live stream, like you just got to slow it down. Honestly, in
Oh yeah.
traffic.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
that's a
hoping
good
that
tip
helps
with
someone.
yeah, that's a good tip with lane filtering. I've when last time I did it, which is like a long time ago, I was doing it slowly because I just obviously follow the same things I say, and I'd pull up next to somebody and they'd get freaked out a little bit and swerve the other way to give you that room.
Yeah, yeah, I give
It
him a little wave because I appreciate it, but at the same time, it's a bit of an overreaction. Like, there's so much space, like you can see, but it doesn't seem like that to them, especially when you just kind of sneak up. And my bike's pretty quiet, so I'm pretty sure,
Yeah,
like,
that's
I'm
their
fine.
version of a panic brake. That
Yeah,
they panicked a
yeah,
little bit because they didn't see you. So that should definitely let you know, hey, people don't see you until you're right there.
yeah, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, hang out next to their driver's side and just kind of make sure it's clear before you go through filtering. Otherwise, it can be sketchy.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, I appreciate you telling us this story. Thankfully nothing crazy happened, but yeah, green doesn't always mean go. Don't creep out
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
But yeah, thanks, Moon. I appreciate it. It's 5 o'clock.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey guys, it is 5 o'clock. I'm here at the firehouse. Let's make sure that we're having a relaxing time on the way home today. So when you leave the firehouse, which I think it came out to possibly renaming the firehouse to DDFM HQ. So I'll be doing another poll out in the Discord. I really want to make sure you guys know what you want because I will put it on the community council agenda to rename the firehouse to something else. Now, I'm going to first talk to Discord because we are partnered. I'm wondering if it will remove our partnership, which I highly doubt it. And if it did, who cares? Because we got like 50, 60, 70 nitro boosters, so we're pretty much partnered no matter what. But I don't want to lose partnership. So I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to see what we can do. And this whole situation here, this the firehouse right here, is going to be renamed to something that you guys pick. So make sure everyone grabs themselves a donut and swings on by the lounge off topic area and just kind of hang out a little bit. So with that said, I'm going to be hanging out in there for a little bit. It's 5 o'clock. I got to leave the firehouse and go home and hang out with the kiddos and wife, and I'm going to help teach my daughter how to do some volleyball serving and whatnot. So I'm looking for tips because I have no idea what I'm doing. All right. With that said, I will be seeing you guys on the Discord. I'm going to exit the stage. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating with the 4 high-risk situations every motorcycle rider faces. I'm going to exit quietly, so if you guys want to exit on your own, please do so. Let's get some music going. And I'll be seeing you guys on Thursday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. All right? All right? Do we have music going or what? Come on. There we go. Pick a better song. Hey, rookies, go ahead and clean up. Rookies, clean up. Whatever donuts aren't eaten, you can go ahead and take home. Just not that tray. I want that. Rainen, put it down. Rainen, why are you running? All right, I guess I won't have that one. Hey, newbie, can you help me stack the chairs? Newbie, can you stack the chairs? Can you grab a few rookies? Yep, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Nathan, can we handle this? I gotta get going. Nathan, can you direct all these rookies? I gotta get going. I gotta change. I gotta do some quick things. Thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, I gotta rename the live. Thank you. You already figured it out. Appreciate that. I guess Nathan, before I leave, I'm gonna give you this SD card. It's about 5 hours worth of footage. Have fun editing that. Yeah, I can do that. Don't worry, Rainen. You have to bring back those donuts, though. You gotta bring back those donuts. Let's see how do we do this? Okay, I figured it out. There we go.